五条先生の教え子と関係ないですよ。虎杖裕二は僕が殺します。
Sup.
Good fucking morning, motherfuckers. Good fucking morning. Eileen, thank you so much for the tier 1 at 28 months, bitch. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I adore you. Yes. Thank you. Welcome in, you guys. Wait, I'm changing the song. It's taking a while to change. It's pissing me off. But hi, Zaki. Welcome in. Welcome in, Rank. Congratulations on being first. Eileen, baby, thank you for doing kind of first. Triper, welcome in. Sheila, baby, welcome in. Hi, y'all. Hello. Go. Guys, if you don't know Sheila, I don't know how the fuck you don't know Sheila because I literally talk about Sheila all the time. But if you don't know Sheila, go check her out. I love her. She's in... How is Memphis? Dude, I've never been there. How is Sheila? How is Memphis, Sheila? How's it going? Is it fun? Are you having fun? It must be so, like, cute. Wholesome content. Oh, I love this cuteness shit. But yes, please go check out Sheila. Sheila is my co-founder with me for the Gremlin Grove. So please go check her out. I love her. Bad bitch. One of my best friends, literally. Please go check her out. We love her. This song fucks. This song fucks. All right. Sheila is sweetest gremlin. Oh, facts. Oh, facts. Was stream always Sunday? Absolutely not, Triper. No. My stream is never Sunday. Ever. It's just because this week I had to make it Sunday because I had shit to do on Saturday and Friday. B, baby. Hi. Hi, baby. Yeah, I never do Sunday. Do we like Sunday? Do we hate Sunday? I'm trying to give B a shout out, but I can't because I have to wait a minute. Guys, do we like Sunday streams? I would love to know. Gonna be lucky checking it because I have to go to my neurologist. Oh, baby. Okay, praying for you. Hope it goes well, Habibi Albi. Hoping it goes well for you, baby. This fucking sucks. I mean, make sure you get your neck checked, huh? Because I wasn't expecting. Yeah, I mean, it's on my... Guys, do you guys not see my schedule? Guys, I posted... Wallahi, I posted my hours. Yeah, I posted Sunday, the 14th, at 10 a.m. Wallahi, I wrote it down. Ahlif billah, I wrote it down. Wallah. I do have errands, but I'm so happy I can vibe in the... Go have fun. I love you. Has it been 51 seconds? No. I thought it said Saturday. Y'all. Wallahi, it says Sunday. Wallahi, it says Sunday. But I didn't stream Triper. I didn't stream yesterday. So how did you think it was? Really cool with lots of art, but also Callie's famous for... Aww. Oh. Well, at least we know where they got it from. Cuteness. Hi, Navina, baby. Welcome in, my love. Welcome in, Nev. That was a weird nickname. I'm sorry. I don't know if you even like that, but it just felt right to say in the moment. But I don't think I'm going to keep that. That's why I think I'm just doing... Love any day of fair stream because need that daily dose of fair... Stop. And guys, I just want you to know that now we have something pretty cool going on. I don't know if you guys saw the sub badges that you have. I'm not sure if you've noticed that, but those are custom made badges for our lovely stream. Fitting the vibes and the color scheme of my new shiznit, I guess. Just because my old one was treating symptoms and not the main cause, but this was just my first. Oh, okay. That's awesome. I'm fucking happy for you then. Fuck yeah. Okay, I'm changing this song. It's a little much for me. Also, guys, this is my going live tweet if you would like to retweet it. Me and B are now both followed by Pokimane. So I've been overthinking every single thing I tweeted. So I was like, wait, do I tweet this? What if she sees it? Because now, like, I know that she sees my shit because I didn't even tag her at something and she responded. So now I'm like, what happens now? Are you watching me? What am I famous? My ass. Me famous? What are you talking about? Should I tweet and be literally same? Because I'm like breathing out. Like, I'm like, is this too much? I don't want my queen seeing this. No, but seriously, like, Pokimane specifically though is somebody like, I am like, I don't talk about this often, but I'm like one of her biggest fans. Just because, like, one, she's a fellow like Mina streamer. And number two, it's like she also grew up in the neighborhood that I moved to in Canada. Fun fact. And she's also a Canadian like immigrant girly. So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like she made it seem a lot more possible for somebody like me who looks like they're from the place that I'm from succeed, which is pretty cool. What the fuck is this song? Saltwater hot tub. Wait, wisdom teeth? Wisdom teeth? Wait, Sheila, I thought you got your wisdom teeth removed already. Hi, baby. And also, hi, Callie, baby. How do I give a shout out right now? Shout out to Callie. I don't know how Pokimane, other than some other people taking pictures. I think she's so cool. I switched neuros. My aunt told me that she actually went to my new neuro and he had cured headaches and mine are genetic. Oh wow, Jesus Christ. Well, at least do you figure out what worked for your aunt though? Then there was like a negative weather made Sheila get into the, but it can't be hot, like colder than like Quebec, no? But an abscess started on the drive down. Sheila, the rarity of that is insanely low. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Dental work and dental pain is the worst pain to fuck. I'm sorry, but like nothing compares to me. Like dental pain was genuine to God, the worst experience of my life. I am so sorry. I hope you feel better, baby. Oh my God. God, I love her natural hair. I wish I could. Honestly, her natural hair is stunning. I wonder if people feel the same way. Like if you guys feel the same way about me keeping my natural hair. Because I honestly, guys, I shit you not. I've been like thinking like, do I get my hair like permanently straightened? And I'm talking about like the Japanese like straightening. So that's not like temporary like keratin. That's like permanent. New sub badge. Yes, Andrew. On Stockton antibiotics. And oh, I'm glad, baby. You definitely need antibiotics. Are you going to go see a dentist in Memphis? I say do it ASAP. Wallah. And it sucked. Oof. B, actually, fun fact, a while ago, I also got a dental filling. She fucked it up and then I had to get a root canal. Guess how much the root canal cost you guys? $2,000. Do you think she paid for it? No, I did. I had to get a root canal because she fucked up my dental cleaning. Well, not cleaning, dental like cavity. I had a normal cavity and she dug too deep and fucked up, killed my nerve. And so I had to get a root canal, aka that tooth is now dead thanks to her. And I still have to pay another $1,600, guys. $1,600. $1,600. Get a crown for it.
Root canal funding.
Stop. And Draco, what the hell? Thank you. Draco, thank you so much for gifting a sub. What the hell? Hype train, okay. You, no worries. Go back to your lurk. Go back to... And I'm so sorry that's what happened to you. That's fucked up. You should sue. Thank you so much for gifting us up to B. And Meg, thank you so much for the 19 months. Thank you. Did you get your crown after your root canal? Because I heard your... I know I have to. But I can't afford that right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I cannot afford yani $1,600 fucking dollars for a fucking crown on my fucking tooth. I know I have to do it. I understand, but I can't afford this right now. Like, it's ridiculous. Sorry, I'm getting very aggravated. Anyways, luckily my dentist has been good to me. Must be nice. Couldn't be me. Babes. Okay. Go. Lurk. Love you. She kept calling my mom's hot tub a bathtub. Just start only Faroh. Stop. Nope. Not happening. Never will. Never. It's really awkward because I've had somebody tell me that I should start one before, and it made me feel so uncomfortable. Because, like, I don't... Like, no thank you. No thanks. I'm very baby. Anyways, Yoko hype train, you to resub these alerts. I'm glad you like the alerts, Drago. It's my vibe. Wait, chill funk. What is this playlist? There's something called chill funk. Love that. What does that sound like? People have brain rot. I don't know. It just made me feel like super uncomfortable. The concept of it all, just like asking somebody to do that is just kind of weird. Plus, I'm like very baby. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but like I'm Mew. Where's the alert for that? Hello? Why was there no alert for that? Is that a sick joke? No, I'm gonna go fix that. Give me 1 second. Don't worry. It'll be fixed. Mew, thank you so much for the 900 biddies. What the fuck? How do I replay that? The fuck? It says queued. Why is it queued? Play the fucking alert. Or is it because it's in the... Huh? What the fuck was that? Thank you for the 900 biddies. What the fuck? I hope you enjoy the emote. The Faroh Debbie. I was saving... Rio, welcome in, baby. Welcome in. Okay, wait. Let me just do an alert just for that. Because... Here. Incorrect alert. That's literally incorrect.
Faroh just shared 1 bits. Born too late to explore the earth. Born.
Holy shit, girl queen.
Okay, I'm gonna play this one.
That fart you just ripped?
Yeah, I'm gonna play that one for you.
Absolutely stinky. Will you kiss me on the mouth?
What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing. It just waved.
Thank you. Thank you for the biddies, meme. I appreciate you. Hello, pro gamer Rio. May I alert and go back to my... But why? Yeah,
Pour one out for the dead tooth.
Pour one out for the... Triper, thank you for the 2,000 fucking biddies. That's a shit ton. What are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for the 2,000 biddies, please. Please, thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. And hi, Olaf, welcome in. I don't know what to do. Like, am I supposed to do a little dancey dance to say thank you? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do when somebody gives you that. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, say thank you. I just don't feel like that's enough to say thank you to both of you. Like, I just don't... Like, what am I supposed to do in this scenario? It's just be like, jazz hands. Like, what do I do? I'm about to drive. I love it. Callie, can I honestly say, I don't know how the fuck you do that. Hit the gritty. Yeah, guys, yes, please vote. If you can, please vote for Amina and Swana Guild. And also, be pretty cool if you could vote me as Hidden Gem and the Sapphire Award for the Streamer Awards. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Just saying, that would be pretty fucking cool. I don't know. I mean, if you feel so inclined. I don't know. Thank you for putting that... Mew, can you go do your lectures? Please go take care of yourself. Already done. Triper, I appreciate you. The fact that anybody would want to like even like vote me is pretty cool. I don't know. I'm very grateful. I don't know. I'm emo. I'm kind of emo. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Guys, I'm gonna go. I don't know if you guys have watched the Iron Claw movie. Rio, no. I don't know if you guys have watched the Iron Claw movie. Did we get a shout out for Rio? I feel like we did, but I'm not sure. Just gotta make sure. Yes, we did not. Okay, cool. It's procrastinate. Love you. Love you, love you, love you. Also add vote to your title. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Fine. Yes, mom. No. I'm wild. There was like 30 hours down, and hopefully you will not. Jesus, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. You're like the only person. Triper. Why do I feel so? Triper. I'm feeling oh. Why am I PMSing? What is happening today? Let me check my period calendar. Am I PMSing? What is going on? What is going on right now? Where is it? Hi, I'm new here. Are you sure? No, I'm not PMSing. So what's the issue here? If this was your default state, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But also, hi, welcome in. I say welcome in because it's your first time chat. But hi. Holy crap. Oof, boy. Anyways, why am I moved to tears today? What is going on? Okay, but guys, I don't know if you guys have watched the Iron Claw movie, the one about the boxers or the wrestlers. It's about the Von Erichs and like the quote unquote family curse that they have. That movie, I went in there because I was like, oh yeah, Jeremy Allen White is sexy. He's sexy. I came out depressed as fuck. It's a true story and it's so depressed. Hi, Kate. Can I give a shout out right now, or is it gonna tell me you need to wait? Why didn't that work? Oh, there we go. This is so sad. Times have been hard these days. And I'm pretty sure I'm PMSing, to be honest with you. It's been hard. Yeah, it's been hard. I'm actually crying. That's actually so bad. I'm actually crying. Like, why am I crying? That changes for you guys, right? Like, you can see the stream change, right? Thank you for the love and hugs, Andrew. Hi, Kay, baby. Welcome in. Anyways. You guys could see that when, like, Sheila redeems Crycore. You saw that, right? Like I said, I'm not tripping balls. Also, guys, thank you so much for the fucking hype train. Okay, yes, okay. Yeah, that family's been going through so much. Yeah. Oh my god, real. And there was another brother that you didn't even see in the movie that also died. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I usually don't believe in curses, but like, I'm not gonna lie. That was just kind of giving curse. Like, I can't lie. I was distracted by Sheila. Y'all are so gay. I love it. Oh my god, actually. Guys, go vote for Sheila in the gaming awards. Wait, let me go get the link, actually. I've already voted, and I made Brandon vote. Ahaha. Is the voting still open? Is the voting still open? Yes, it is. Okay. Guys, go vote for Sheila here in the gaming mag for what's it called? For the LGBTQ streamer of the year. Please go vote Sheila if you can. Like, that would mean the world to me. Like imagine my bestie becoming like the fucking LGBTQ streamer of the year. Like, that's so crazy. And like, Sheila has been like, I'm sure, like, very open about her like journey, like online, and like share it. Like, please actually go vote though. Seriously, let me spam it, please. It would actually mean the world to me if you guys could do that, please. Genuinely, I don't think I've said it on stream yet. That's my bad. Shit. Please go vote if you haven't already. Genuinely. We get to go. Oh my god, stop. That's so sick. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I can't wait to see you both so glammed. I can't wait. We've been gay as hell for months. Oh yeah, you just been gay for months. Just not your life, but for months. I'm kidding. There's a whole red carpet. Stop. Bro, I want to see you guys show up and show out. Go, but yes, Sheila was invited. We have to pay to go. So what? So fucking what? You still get to go. You're a nominee. That's not That's not like a chill experience. That's like, you're a nominee, dude. That's fucking sick. Like, that's fucking sick. Also, do you guys want to see the progression of your sub badges, what they're going to look like for a bit? I'm going to get more done to get for the longer periods of time, but do you guys want to see what they look like? It'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. Here, let me show you. Just voted. Let's go, Kate. Thank you. Okay, let me show you the badge. Wait, how do I open this? Wait, can I download this? Yes, I can. What am I, stupid? What the fuck? Can I download this? What the fuck? You paid for it, you dumb bitch. Hi, Whack. Why can't I open like the pic, like this preview? This is dumb. VGen, fix your shit. Okay, I'm just gonna show you this. Oh, I can't even do that. That's ridiculous. Okay, well. Lame. Wait, I think it's in my email. Wait, I'll show you. Hap. Hi, Meg. I'm showing. Wallahi, I'm gonna show you guys. Thank you guys again so much for the hype train. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for all the contributions. I am very fucking grateful. Like, genuinely, I don't have words. I need to figure out like something new to do when people give me bits, because I'm like, I can't just be like sitting here, you know? Like, I can't just be like sitting here. I just feel weird about it. Like, I don't know. Like, y'all got any ideas? Let me know. I don't know. Wait, okay, seriously, where is this fucking thing? Okay, here it is. How are these? Okay, here we are. Okay, here. How do I do this? Watch. Right, okay. Why do you have a cat? Oh, the cat is a bit badge, baby. Here, look. These are my bit badges. Sorry, my sub badges for now. There's going to be a tiny bit more, but they're all like Tokyo nightlife themed and all in my color scheme, which I'm fucking loving. The way Kat keeps telling family about mine. Oh, that's so cute and gay. Oh, that's wholesome as fuck. So cute, right? Lurk needs to pack away. But yeah, I love these badges very much. Scrims did a great job doing this. Like, it's fucking awesome. It fits the nightlife. This is the only thing that will be pixelated about my fucking stream. No pixels except for these. No pixels. None. I am no longer a pixel hoe, but I am a nightlife hoe. Yes. Yes. Okay. Votes have been cast. Let's go. You are. Thank you. Yes. Vote for Sheila as the LGBTQ streamer of the year. Pa. Speaking of cute and gay, how about that? I didn't think they were gay. I thought they were giving sister vibes. Honestly, Triper. Like, I don't know how everybody's talking about like gay. I'm like, wow. Like, Canon Laween Law or whatever. I'm just gonna call her Law. They're from Freerun. If you guys haven't watched today, like this recent episode, they're giving sisterly vibes, not gay vibes. To be honest with you. You're cute when you smile. I don't know. That felt sisterly when I was like listening. I was like, it's giving sisters. I don't know. Go for it. Just have a nice stream. Okay, love you. Whack being nice to me is so unnatural for me to respond to. Great suggestions on there. True, you are. True. But I don't know. It's been hard for me to see them like being romantic personally. Like, I see it happening for like the girl from Bochi and Bochi. Like, I see that for sure. I feel so exposed chatting. Why exposed? You can always make it like an anonymous picture. You can always make it like a cat. Where are we hyping Sheila at? Oh my god, let me show you again. Here. Zaki, right here. This little link over here. This is for Sheila. Vote Sheila, LGBTQ streamer of the year. Okay. Also, I want to make a poll really quickly. Do we like Sundays? Yes? No. The poll is going to be for like liking Sundays for streaming. Do we like Sundays? I don't know. I thought nobody would like Sundays. Oh, we got a yes. Shocked, to be honest. Vote. Do we like Sundays? Yes or no? You do? Genuinely? Really? didn't see that coming for me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Eh? Oh my god, not the Canadian fucking. What am I doing? My schedule's fucked up anyway, so any day is fine. So valid. So valid. Oh god. Wait. I have like a little LOL section. Oh, this is stupid. I found a funny video that made me laugh. I don't know who these people are. Wait, how do I pause? Why is it lagging so much? I just want to show you guys. Shut up. Shut up. Let's watch this video together because it made me laugh. Guys, look at this. This video honestly like made me laugh like a lot. I was like, I've never seen this person before, but it's funny. It just randomly showed up on my feed. You might be a guy. We're doing voice reveals. What is this video? Why do I like it? Why is it funny? I'm gonna have nightmares now. My turn. You better be a girl or else I'm leaving this planet.
Yeah.
No. Possible female in voice chat 1. Admin team, please investigate. I waited. Bro, it's a cat. Sounds female to me. I'm 99% sure. Shall we promote them? Not yet. We need more proof. Speak again, milady. That's all you get. What is this? I don't know why I stumbled to this. I don't know why I stumbled in this. I don't know how I got here. But it just randomly appeared on my feed and I was like, this is kind of funny. Like, I don't know what this is, but it made me laugh. Because I was like, who are you? I've never seen this random creator before in my life. They've got like 5 million subs. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but this made me laugh. I don't know. Apparently they're a large creator called Beluga. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Okay, so 4 of us like Sundays. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, you are. Babe, that emote is so creepy. You have like an abundance of emote as a tier 3 sub, and that is what you choose to use. Like, babe, you can use like every single emote except the bit badges, and you're still not. Babe, can you, with all due respect, before I ban your ass out of here, use a better emote? With all due respect, of course. No! Brayden, use a better fucking emote. Y'all are evil for this. I hate that fucking... Guys, it's like a little alien. It's so fucking creepy. Stop. It's like staring into my soul. I don't fucking like it. I don't fucking enjoy this experience for anybody involved. Okay, and B's one is just like a cute little android thing. That one's cute. Keep doing you. Absolutely not. Do not keep doing you. The fuck? Do not keep doing you. In fact, become a unicorn. Yeah, no, I don't like that one. Yeah, Andrew, I'm not a fan of that one. Andrew, delete that. Nah, Andrew, you need to delete that shit. You need to delete that shit. By the way, guys, an ad break starts in 1 minute. Oh my god, I can see so much better now. My eyes don't hurt as much. Wow. Why do people not wear glasses? No can do. Love. Oh my god, you guys are evil. What is that fucking emote? That is a terrifying emote. Ads in 2024. Outfit is vibey. Thanks, babe. Thanks. I'm very overly self-conscious about anything showing any form of cleavage now. Because, like, what if a random creep is starting to, like, take videos of my boobs again? I don't know, man. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Hi, Yassine. Hi, Habibi. Nightmares. Truly nightmares. Nightmare fuel. There's, like, a really fucking weird Reddit. Like, a really weird fucking Reddit that I unfortunately stumbled upon. I don't know if I told you, all of you guys, this. but it's a Reddit that like makes edits of like women online, like specifically reaction women, and like sexualizes them in every format. And it was just so disgusting. I was looking at it, I was like literally my face was like this, like, no, not the looking into the camera, like literally they take snips of every single section and like try to make edits of your boobs, or like you standing up, or like some of them fetishize armpits. And I was like, that is the most vile, I was like, oh my God, I'm deleting this account. There's no way anybody's gonna think that, like, I don't want people to think I'm looking at this shit. I'm not looking at this shit. Like, I've just found myself there. Like, that's not what happened, man. I got scared about it. I'm like, oh my God, no. I feel like Reddit should genuinely, like, usually I'm against, like, you know, the government, like, looking into people. But, you know, for that kind of shit, definitely please do. That's deplorable behavior. Like, please look into that. Like, how are y'all just, like, letting this shit slide? Like, those are, like, that's, like, incel behavior, bro. It's just gross. Fucking disgusting behavior, honestly. But thankfully to my mods, we all reported it. So, like, it got taken down, thank God. But it was just, like, so deplorable. I was just like, that's fucking, like, get a fucking life. Like, get a fucking life, you freak. Honestly, genuinely. That's, like, how I felt. I was like, this is genuinely, like, I'm getting the ick. I'm getting the ick. Anywho. This is hurting my face now. God damn it. I love wearing my glasses, but, like, it hurts my face. Should we play the game now since it's been 32 minutes? I swear to God, sometimes I'd be getting on stream. I'm like, should I just, like, talk? Should we just, like, hang and vibe and watch vids? Like, oh, no. All right. There, the PS5 is open. Should I yap or game? Truly, that is the question. Genuinely the question. Hey. Nothing breaks my heart more than finding out that The Last of Us was about the fucking occupation of Palestine. So now that I know that, I'm gonna change my picture real quick. How do I change my picture is the question, though. Is it profile? Okay. Why not both? So true, honestly. You're so right for that. I don't want to make myself favorite G. It's kind of weird, but anyways. No, but I want to change my avatar. Aha! Oh my God, yeah, I'll be Tyr, alright. Let me be Tyr real quick. Should I be Freya? No, I don't. Ick. Wait, what happened? Oh, so apparently The Last of Us is about the occupation of Palestine, and I found that out, and I was like, right. Great. Oh, she's really pretty. I'm gonna pick her. I don't know who she is, but I would. Totally would. Wait, why didn't it change? The fuck? I just changed it. What are you, stupid? Hello? I just changed it. Okay, so it's changed up there. So, oh, there we go. Anyways, here we are.
Should we ask him?
Don't be rude.
What's rude about asking for help?
Big Veer, my love. Focus on your work.
Who wants help?
You need to weave those tighter.
Who needs help? I'm hearing side quest. What do you need for help, bitch? Oh my God, you're hot, Loki. You kind of look Avatar looking ass, bitch.
Your alliance is
Avatar looking ass.
I think what Kratos is trying to say is he's never seen a light elf and dark elf work together. It's a welcome sight.
Hopefully one day, a common one. Mimir tells me you're something of an adventurer. Should you ever find
Well,
your way
actually,
to
I'm a
Forbidden
god,
Sands,
but okay.
I'll find it.
Contested territory. Past the Barrens.
There are rumors of a sanctum, and artifacts our elders don't want us to see.
Okay, say less.
Sheds light on our suppressed history would benefit all of Alfheim.
Uncovering secret history? Sounds like my kind of adventure.
Knowledge of the elves' common ancestors.
You know what? No worries. You're telling me I can do a side quest right now? Oh, heavy purr. Favors. I've already completed this? Oh, you're so cool, Faroh. Wait, I haven't completed it. Oh, okay. Wait. Wait, which one is it? What was it called, type?
Is what brought us together.
All right, no
Stories
worries,
of
buddy.
Alfheim before the division of light and dark. It's very taboo.
Didn't stop you from spreading word of it.
No worries, I'll go do it for you.
Ended up in prison.
Wait, was it not there when I did that? Okay, well, now I'm just confused, wallahi.
Where's she and
Is
I
it
met?
considered a labor or is it considered a favor? I don't know what's the difference. Huh?
As enemies now.
Okay, I'm just gonna do the side quest, whatever.
As friends.
No, I didn't want to be Groot. Like, as much as I love Groot, like,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not really a tree,
Good luck out there.
personally. But then, no shade to you if you are a tree. I mean, peace and love. Tree hugger and all that. Okay, time to get my bearings again into the gaming of it. Wait, how long, by the way? I want to see how long I've played the game so far. 15 hours. God damn.
This lock is different from others you might know. You'll need an enchantment on your chisel to use it.
On my chisel. Well, I am chiseled. How about that? I am of the most chiseled to exist, truly.
Bruna.
Bruna.
Go ahead. Carve the letter.
No, it's gonna sound like shit now, isn't it? I didn't enjoy that.
It's an incantation. Suna.
Lovely. Working together is already opening doors for us.
Mimir, don't.
Is he always making puns like that? We're blocked by more vines. Remember what to do?
Yeah, I remember, bitch. Over here. Oh, that wasn't... Oh, God. That wasn't close enough, right? Yeah, it wasn't. Okay. Nice.
There's a fallen log in the river. It has something on it I don't recognize.
Okay. Oh, I can tell her to swap arrows?
We're clear.
Oh, that's awesome. Shouldn't you be getting taunted by birds, right? It's so true.
So it's true. Tyr's really alive?
Aye.
Well, I just told you he's alive. Do you not listen to words, or are you, like, dumb?
But he's adjusting.
Respectfully.
How did you find him?
Largely, that's down to a
By
case
looking.
having
Thank
figured
you.
out how to access the prophecies giants
what's
reserve
that?
for their own kind. We only
Can I get
learned
that?
of
What
it
was that?
ourselves after Thor and Odin came calling.
To your home? Is it still standing?
Why is Freya not helping me, like, row? Like, Loki, that's kind of, like, fucking rude.
Just a distraction to let Odin have a private word with Atreus.
Odin was alone with your
3-point turn.
son. Did he tell you what they spoke of?
Yes. He said that Odin invited him to Asgard to help him find his answers.
The answers he's rushing into fate in search of. That's troubling.
Yeah, your fucking ex-husband is fucking with us all. Freya, come get your boy. Seriously. Like, put him on timeout or some shit. I don't know. Guys, mind you, Freya over here is a goddess of her own right. And she is not helping me. Row this fucking boat. I take that shit personal. Like, why am I doing all the heavy labor right
If you're
now?
ready to talk to him, the Mystic Gateway is ahead. If not, I have some unfinished business up this river I could use your help with.
Or we can follow up on that elven sanctum out in Alfheim's desert.
Okay, wait, what's the shit you need help with, bro?
Exploring, we'll need to remove that log in the river.
Alright.
What is this?
The crest of Skirnir. Never quite as smart as he thought.
Wait, but I want to do side quests first. I would never let a pretty woman row the boat, honestly. Oh, so if she was clapped, you wouldn't? That's just not nice.
What is this?
I don't know.
Water.
But giants definitely crafted it. There's 2 wolves represented here. Perhaps a connection to our friends in the sky. A mystery for another time. Good. We can explore the river now. And hopefully write some...
Feels that's just not very nice. In my opinion, I feel like we both should be doing it. The fuck? Like, can I break that? Looks very breakable. Okay, maybe not from here. Lame. 3-point turn. Wee. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. She's the fucking god. It's not like she's like a human. She's a god. Dude, she's a god.
Well, lady, I was curious about some of the flora.
Not a person.
Travels.
A god.
We'll remain curious. It's not my job to teach you everything, Mimir.
What is this?
Look, I was just
I still can't do
asking.
these, right?
Been told.
Oh, you can say that again.
I still can't do these, right? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I still can't do this. Lame. Yeah, I can't do anything if I can't do that. Like, I don't have the skill to do that yet. Whatever it is. And also, I feel like maybe we should all be allowed to row. You know? If somebody told me, no, you're too pretty to row, I'll actually lose it. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That would piss me off. I'm like, shut up. Let me row my boat. What the hell?
What is your unfinished business?
I left something behind, near the falls.
Your wedding site. Now, why do you want to be going back there?
To be free of the bonds of my marriage.
Oh, okay.
And to Asgard.
I think you severed that a long time ago.
So the thing that she's looking for is divorce.
Not enough.
Totally fair. Hi, Parker. Welcome in. So we're trying to get her divorced in this current moment. Am I the divorce lawyer then? Oh my god, slay. I am a divorce lawyer. Raven!
Settled this river many ages ago.
Raven!
Thousands traveled it on pilgrimage to the shrine of worship.
Welcome in. Thank you for the follow.
But then the Aesir came.
Fuck it. I don't care right now. I need the Raven. Shh. Shh. How do I get to that Raven? What is that sound? What the fuck? Oh, is that the guy that heals people again? That asshole. So how do I get up there is the question. How do I get up there? Huh? Hi, Moon. Welcome in. Hi. Hello.
Freya, something your brother said.
How's it going? Honestly, I'm getting
Aesir
triggered right
bound
now.
him.
Yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
weren't yet at war, but relations with the Vanir and Aesir had been hostile.
Trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in this current moment, to be honest with you.
We will finish later.
Hold that thought.
What the fuck?
I think it's about to get violent. Behind you! Incoming!
Yay. He's healing? Meow meow. You got this. Thank you, Tubber. Can I lyrical have breakfast and clean? Oh, purr. Love that for you. You go get that breakfast, baby. Oh, hi, Corby. Can we get a shout? Wait, let me do the shout out.
Brother, I had a thought. What if we took a
Hi, baby.
stealthy approach to our next battle?
No.
No.
I'm sorry, that was fun. No.
Please, leave me to my prayers. I await Freya.
She's right here.
Healer.
I am here.
She will cure me. I have been a loyal follower. She would not abandon.
I am Freya. What do you need?
Only she can cure my sickness.
Bro, she's right here.
Mangold, Meyer, and Poem.
We must help her.
She demands a cure. She is dead.
Of course,
She is
baby. What the
trapped
hell?
Here, ignorant of her own death. If we bring her what she needs, she'll move on.
You're certain.
I'm not going to do nothing. She needs Mangold, Meyer, and Palm. We should find some.
Sigil. Oh, sorry. Can I even reach that? No. The fuck? Oh. Shut up. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, got it.
Well done.
Whoa. Okay, but where's the raven at? Though. Here she is. That was absurdly close. Bitch. Guys, is this a joke? That definitely should have hit it. Am I supposed to just get closer or something?
What did you find?
As you asked.
Poem? Apple thing? What the fuck are those
A
ugly
nook and saw. Be wary.
Stop that notion from singing!
Where'd the bro go? Alright, that was quick. Alright. I don't even know that was worth it.
Behind you! Look out!
Stop singing, bitch. Hi, Rosie. Welcome in. I'm scared. Can you all just die with all due respect? Like, what is happening right now? How are they still not dead, dude?
Take it off, man. Got this.
Just die! What the fuck? He's still not. I swear I killed it.
This is the last.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my.
The sickly spirit.
Did I just die after killing them? Is that a sick joke? Hi Ninja, how are you? Just got back from your workout. Oh my god, love you. I hope your workout was slay. Sorry guys, I'm so focused into the fight that I'm like literally getting fucked right now. That's crazy. The way that I got
I
killed
need only
after.
one more ingredient for the cure.
And then what?
Then I fix things.
Oh, the bird. Just woke up about to make coffee and be a human.
Learn anything?
I've been trying to avoid coffee, not gonna lie. It's because it's been a lot for me. Having too much coffee these days.
Something hanging from that tree above us.
Yeah, dude, I can see it. Oh, shit. So I'm supposed to take the fire? Okay. Okay, move it that way. And then that way. I do that. Oh. What the fuck? Shit. I fucked up. Walk up and then drink water. Oh, okay, that's totally fair. How? Okay, something's wrong here. Okay, put this here. Okay. And then put it there. Right. Okay. There we go. How not get there? Oh, okay. Like that. There we go. Transferred heat. Nice. Wait. No, not yet. No. Hi, cat baby. Hi, my love. Oh. Okay. Okay. And then I do this, right? Okay. I love you, bitch. I ain't never gonna stop loving you. Bitch. Nice. I did it. That was awesome. Some of these puzzles are so fun. Genuinely, they're so fun. Only when you can figure them out. Otherwise, I kind of hate them. Are you gonna like die or? You knew I was saying it? I love you,
That's everything
bitch.
I need. Let's return to the Sixth Spirit.
Do you think I was gonna read it badly? Please.
I promised I would take care of my people.
You do not even remember her, nor she you.
And
Let us
Nice.
return to the spirit.
That bird was gonna piss me off, dude. That bird was going to piss me off if I didn't kill it. How'd you sleep, Kev? How'd you sleep? Oh. What was that? How? I literally just killed you all. Hi, Shania baby. Welcome in, my love. How you doing, bubs? I'm getting back. Chill. Why you gotta scream for? Chill out. Good morning. How'd you sleep, baby? B, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello, Mrs. Spirit. I saved your soul. No worries.
We have collected the plants.
Could this be? I feel my vitality.
How?
returning to
You
me.
literally are pale as a ghost.
I feel
Literally.
Freya.
I am here.
I knew you would return. Even as the doubters cursed your name.
Y'all, she's literally dead.
But it's time to rest. You have earned it.
Thank you, my queen. I am tired.
That's actually so fucking sad.
Shall we continue?
Yes.
Well. Here I am, curing the fucking dead. She was sick, you guys. In death. She was sick. Explain that, please. Did we just come from here, or am I tripping balls? Hi, Eddie.
You know,
Welcome in.
I would have beaten you.
What?
Earlier. If Atreus hadn't been there.
Long time no see.
Perhaps.
We could go again. Find out for certain.
I would rather not.
I'll bet you wouldn't.
No, but you wouldn't. Okay, she wants to fuck me. She wants me so bad. I feel it, guys. I feel it in my bones, truly. Yeah. Who wouldn't want Kratos? True, honestly. What letter is it? I don't even know what the letter is. Huh? I can't hear a noise, so I don't know. Yeah. Maybe. Okay, it's not gonna get there. I don't think.
Find that orb yet?
No. Bitch.
Good thing we didn't miss this.
Can I upgrade anything? No. Freya is overly sassy. It's actually kind of just pissing me off at this point.
You make up your mind.
He's just sexy. Low-key. Like, I would. And I'm genuinely being serious. Like, I'm actually shocked that I would. Why is this unavailable? Oh.
Family crests, I'll take them.
Nice. Wow, I need to update my... I love how this fucking chat thing is making everybody update their profile pictures. Please, that's so funny to me. Hi, Trisha. Welcome in. Hidden region. Really? It doesn't look really hidden. There's a bunch of fuckers right there.
Find you!
Ew, did she just vomit it on me? You fucking bitch. No. Like, with all due respect, I don't need your vomit. Like, I already have GERD. Like, I don't... Dude, touch me! Bitch. Nice. Vommy mommy. Disgusting. Haven't picked for a while, baby. You're cute. I haven't changed my picture in a very long time either. What's going on here? It's breakfast. What the fuck? What other food is wrong?
I died. And you will help me.
That's a demand. Can you ask me?
But to what end?
When the Einherjar came, we needed a way to fight back. I suggested.
Like, at least request it.
I understand your desperation, but that was foolish.
Clearly. I was lucky enough to be murdered before my mind could be corrupted, as theirs did. You must free them.
Of course.
Who am I freeing?
Say their magic corrupts so ruthlessly. Those poor souls must be in agony.
All right, buddy.
Give them death.
Now, how do we get up there, I wonder?
We can't. Not with those vines in the way. Doesn't look like we can reach it from down here.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Whatever. I do what I want. Let's go. In it, bro. What was that? That was a weird noise. That sounded like that baby that goes, ugh. This is the puffer fish that goes, ugh. Oh, okay. Was that too far? Dumb. How is that too far? Okay, so that's close enough. Oh. Oh, purr, that worked out for me.
Like that worked.
I didn't expect that, to be honest. Let me just knock that down. Nice. A chest. Oh, there's something over there. Nope. Thanks, Queen. Nope. Alright. I got fucked. It is what it is. Whatever. No matter what, I always end up getting blasted by those. It's so annoying. Hi, Mickey. Thank you for the alert.
Just brand. Shame it's broken. Nice bit of work otherwise.
Then why leave it?
You suspicious of her, brother?
If the orb she seeks is important, she would not have left it behind.
Perhaps.
Must be safer this way. We'll need to find another way around.
Let me just go there first. Wee. Oh.
What's it say, brother?
Well, I don't know. What does it say? There is truly no greater medium than a living, thriving tree. Every branch a canvas, the mighty elder and I work in tandem to achieve the impossible. My hand perhaps guides, my ties and forms persuade a pattern, but it is through the sacred giant's prosperity does my work take shape. May my art always go over the heads of all those who would try to look upon it. It is not for you. Okay.
Ah, you found some of my armor. I'll fix it up for you real good. Would sure appreciate you finding my orb, though, since I am doing this for free and whatnot.
Honestly, very fair. Is this what I found? No. Is that what I found? Yes!
It fits.
Nice. Nice, look at that.
On the road or chewing the fat?
Wait, I didn't have all three. Bro, go back. You're... Oh my god, stop. You're annoying me now. Okay, it wasn't the right one. But let's see. Let us see, babes. Alright. Okay, so there was a chest on this side. Right. Okay. Oh, I picked the right letter? Fuck yeah. Okay, and we saw something over here. Wrong one. How's me? I'm okay. honestly, I'm quite okay. Just vibing today. In all honesty with you, Drago. There, maybe? Did they connect now? Okay, okay. But I'm just vibing. I'm trying to figure this shit out. To be honest with you, Drew. I'm struggling a little bit. Because, like, it's hard to find everything. It's been stressing me out. Probably have to do it from up there, right? You got this, I believe. Really? You believe in me? That'll make one of us. For sure. Okay. Alright. Okay. That's fucking awesome. Is that right? Yes. Okay, the last one's F, right? Yeah, F. Well, I know it's not F, guys. I know it's rune, but still, it looks like an F to me. I have limited but non-zero faith. That's great. Thanks, buddy. Well, that was fucking useless. Fuck do I get over there? How the fuck do I get over there? Oh wait, I still haven't gone up there, right? Wait, what was that? There's something up. No, there was something there. Wait, there was something up there. Stop. Have you tried jumping really high? You'd think that he could do that, right? As a god, but no, he can't really jump that high. Not really a high jumper, unfortunately. I saw something. Oh, that was just stupid. Lame. I still haven't gone up there.
My friends' souls are still twisted, aren't they?
Shut up. I'm working on it.
Give them the freedom of death.
We're still working on it, bitch. My god, she's so demanding for a dead person.
So, what's it like being back?
Like I haven't come back at all. Everything's changed. I'm a stranger here.
I know the feeling.
Oh, what the fuck is all this? I just like how he uses like what is leg day truly? He's just born with this physique.
Mecking.
Gosh darn.
We
Okay.
should be able to reach the wedding site now.
Wedding site. Jesus. Y'all got married in a beautiful area though, I gotta say. Nice venue. Great inspiration for me. Look what I literally. How the fuck do I shoot that? How the fuck do I get to that, dude? Okay, let me go up there. You see that?
Game. Why do you have to be mad?
Because I'm always mad. I am mad. Yes. Hi, Celeste, baby. Can we get a shout out for Celeste if we haven't already? Thanks, Yeti. Hi, baby. How are we? How you doing, my love? Of course. What the hell? What do you mean? Of course. What the heck? Yes, we got a health apple. 1 apple a day keeps a doctor awake. Drago. Thank you. Thanks.
Please.
Shut up! She talks so much for a dead person. My god. Can't leave Celeste. Celeste, I hope you enjoy your gifted sub, your emotes, and your sub badge, baby. But question is, how the fuck do I get up there, really? That's the question. How do I get there? Does anybody know how I get there? Like, hello? Like, hello? She literally said we can't get in from here. So how do I get in here then, buddy? Miss me. Oh. All right, I gotta get up there. That's it. I have to get up there. I don't have a choice. I have to kill that bitch. I have to kill that bird. I'm sorry. There is no option. I have to kill that bird. That bird is my #1 goal in life. I must murder that bird. Thank you for posting that, Celeste. I appreciate you, baby. I have to kill that bird. I have to. If Sibby was here, he'd be appalled. But I have to kill this bird. Do you understand how much it means to me to kill this bird? Y'all don't get it. I have to kill this bird. I did.
Sigil arrows won't work on this.
The fuck? How do I get there? How do I get there? Seriously, how do I get there? Bitch! You got married here, you know the area. How do I get in there? No, because she's pissing me off. She knows the answer, but she won't tell me. She's like, sizzle arrows won't work on this. So what will? What will? Oh. What was that? Ew. Oh, I have to be behind it, though, but I can't even get behind you right now. Oh. How do I get there? Help me. I must kill this bird. Bullshit. How? Oi ho. Freya, kill it. How do I okay. How do I get there? Someone help. Does anybody know the answer? Sigil arrows won't work on this. Sigil arrows won't work on this. But what does? Just and research, please hold. Hi, Moss baby, welcome in. Sigil arrows won't work on it. Fuck you, you fucking bitch. I'm so sick of Freya right now. Like, genuinely, I am her biggest hater right now at this current moment. Like, you could be helping me, but you choose not to. You choose to hurt my feelings. Like, she literally chooses this. This is of her own volition.
Garden. The wilds reclaimed it. It was beautiful once.
That looks like it's coming from here. Oh, okay. Can you follow me back? No. I don't know who you are. It's a weird thing to ask for someone.
Watch your right.
Why help me grow a bit? Do you think that's appropriate? My God. Help me grow a bit. Who are you? Do I know you? No? I do not know you. What the fuck is this? Huh? No, I killed already one of those, bro. Geber.
Right leg!
I'm gonna die. If I don't find some health right now, I'm actually gonna die. I died. Okay, alright. Okay, that's fucking awesome. Can you revive me like quick though? Well, so what if I just got on the boat though? My God, that's ridiculous. That was a bit gruesome, not gonna lie.
The creatures won't always be ravenous. The ecosystem. It's out of balance.
All is desolation.
Spirit.
Of Freya. You returned.
Do I look like Freya?
What happened to you? To your garden?
I'm skipping this.
Aim.
Blah, 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 blah.
Us to live forever.
I will.
So she wants you to fix her garden, right?
Why?
The earth is a reflection of those who tend it. So long as the land is plagued, her soul will be as well. We have to destroy the totems. They're poisoning Astrid's garden.
I wonder what a good hurl of your axe might do to that flaming pot.
I mean,
When my garden blooms, so will my soul.
aha!
Life returns to the garden.
Did I do it? Yay!
See that explosive? Setting it off could help.
Ah, maybe you can hit it from a different angle.
Got it. So you end up coming to the drawbridge from the other side.
This garden still aches. There must be more.
I haven't done the quest for her yet. I haven't finished it, no.
This mentions a spell that puts trolls to sleep, and a magic relic that acts as a sort of counter spell.
Oh, okay, so I have to do the quest first. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, but where am I supposed to kill this one? don't see any explosives here. The fuck? Aha! How do I get that? How do I get that?
Oh, glad to see that still works.
Are you cold? Oh my god, to wear a jacket, are you?
Looks like more of Lunda's old armor. Nearly have the complete set now.
Oh. He thinks like that. Because I'm an adult? What's wrong with a Jack? Jack Skellington robe because I'm an adult? Love that.
The door's held shut by that counterweight. We lower it, the door will open.
Okay, how do you lower it though? What's it attached to? But what's it attached to though? I can't really see. Hello?
What's that?
It's not really working out for me here. Can I not use the fire from that? Lame. I'm actually struggling. Like, I can't. It's attached to something. I just don't know what. Like, hello? Like, especially this one, too. Like, I don't know how to open that one.
I await the day when my garden grows again.
What? That plane is a dick. So true. I'm trying to get a viewpoint where I can, like, put that thing away. But I can't. Like, look. I think I have to get up there, whatever that is. If I can even go there. I don't think so. What the fuck? Because, like, I have to get a viewpoint of the thingy in there. There's a little, like, hanging medallion that I need to knock out, I'm noticing. But I really don't know how to get there. Like, clearly it's from the back. Right? But I don't know how to get there either. Sometimes these puzzles are a little much. I cannot lie. And she said, if only we could lower that weight, right? Bitch, how? Wallahi, I'd love to know how. Oh. But I need to let it free first. But how do I let that free?
Sigil arrow, those vines have grown through the window. Maybe we could get closer from the other side.
Okay.
Those vines. They're growing from that bridge.
Okay. Axe tossing, the video game. Literally, though. Fucking literally. I'm gonna go try and get over there first. How about that? We're gonna go over there. Redonkulous. Truly. Yeah, they are. They are. I've done them. I was good at it for like the first 2 like throws, and then after that I sucked ass. I was so fucking bad. Like, it was actually comical. Alright, that was great. Yeah! The fuck is that? Have you ever done axe throwing? Did you do well? Oh no, so they give you beers there, and I'm just like, I just don't feel like this is a safe idea for anybody. Like, I don't know, when I did it, I was just like, what the fuck? Really, Faroh?
Great. Maybe you can break the chain from here as well. No?
Oh, really? Nice.
The gate's open. We can head back and get inside.
Sweet. No, but it's just like, it doesn't make sense that they're giving you beer while throwing axes, in my opinion. Like, I just don't see how that's gonna work for anybody. I just feel like that's such a dangerous, like, give a few beers and then add a little psychopath in the middle, and then you're good to go. You have got a great place to start murder. Hi, Rune. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome.
Nightmare on the left.
Where? The way I can't even see them is crazy. Please don't touch me. Not me.
Above you. Watch out.
Come here, Toad. Nice. But they're bring your own beer. Oh, really? So no, here we get beer. Like, we buy beer. And I just think that's really weird. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's like asking for trouble. Like, low key. Pun intended. Oh, more of these? Fuck off.
Left side!
Die.
Behind you, look out!
Nice. Under the influence? Probably. I mean, honestly. You're probably right about that.
My garden is
I know.
as dead as I am.
I know.
Isn't it?
Okay, but how do I... It would be nice
That
if she...
explosive? Setting it off could help.
Well, I'm aware...
Maybe you can hit it from a different angle.
Wallahi, they think I'm stupid. طب يعني what angle يا رحمك? That's the problem. I can't find the angle. Are you guys this dumb? Like, wallahi, I can't find the angle. طب يعني... I'm tired. I can't find angle. Why must they be so difficult? Wallahi, I'm tired. Those vines on the right are relevant. Oh, these? Oh, you think? Oh. Oh. Really?
Sigil arrows won't work on this.
Gotta go grab some tacos. Enjoy it, Habibi. I ain't getting shit. So what angle is she talking about?
When my garden blooms, so will my soul.
Follow the vines to find the mother. A bulb hard to miss, but it's up there. And I can't find anything. And I don't know how to get up there. But I can't find the bulb. It's up there. I don't know how to get up there. Do I have to go around? Perhaps. Let's go around. Yes. I just don't know how I can't get off here. Like, that would be pretty fucking easy, no? Let me go back there. I'm just gonna do the bitches fucking quest really quickly. Hi, Fief baby, welcome in. Illy. I'm gonna go do homegirls quest real quick. Good morning. Look at your new sub badge. Are you noticing it? Okay, what did she want though? She wants me to slay the Sayer fanatics. But I don't know what that means. With the star, right? Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? I'm glad that you like it. I'm
As
not...
long as they still haunt this realm, so will I.
She said, so will I. But, like, where are they, though? Alright, let me go find them. Whatever they are. I'll go kill your homies. Kill your dudes. Which way are they? The fuck? As long as they still haunt the area. Is it this way? Okay, this way. On my way, girl. On my way to help you out here.
The closer we get, the more tightness grows in my chest.
You're sure you want to continue?
I'm not doing your quest yet, Freya. Chill out.
It must be done. I've lived with this pain far too long. If you can believe it.
Frey, I need you to chill out.
We were happy once. For a time, foolishly believed the peace would last. Perhaps that was my mistake. All I wanted was to protect my family.
There is no
Oh,
shame
poor
in
baby.
I failed all the same.
So she wants me to fight people here. Gotcha. Okay, wait, I need to go pee. I need to pee really bad. I need to pee super bad. Like, it's actually not funny. No. This is, like, not humorous at all. I'm gonna pee my pants. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go quickly pee. I am back. I'm back right as the ad break has ended. Perfectly timed. A. Okay. I game now. Cozy girl. Alrighty, where the fuck am I? Actually, I forgot where I was. What's that? Is that a bomb? Oh.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh. What's all this then? Whoa.
Sigil arrows won't work on this.
You keep saying that, ho. Hi, Claudia. Welcome, welcome. Okay, but how?
That's it.
I did it first try. Oh my god, I'm cracked. I'm cracked. I'm literally cracked. Help, I am cracked. Help, I am cracked. Praying for all of you who are not. Praying for you. That was sick. I'm sorry. I'm shocked by myself right there. I'm sorry. That was awesome. Chat, I think... Do you see me do anything?
Be cautious. We know not what it does.
Hello?
I think she'd send us to get the bloody thing if it was going to kill us. Let's just take it back to her.
More Sather markings. Goonhild's companions can't be that far ahead.
Is that Leia? Leia's trying to open the door. I hear bird. Aha!
Look
Bird.
what you've done to this place. Sigil arrows won't work on this.
How'd you do that? That's a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. I've got the shittiest points because I keep fucking using mine. And every time I lose. But can I at least let these homeboys free? It's kind of fucked up that we're just like letting them hang. Wait, I'm up there? Apparently, Flip. Let's fucking go.
That's all Lunda's armor taken care of, as well as her odd little sphere. Should we return them to her?
Sigil arrows won't work on this.
Freya? If you do not.
Can't do this without you, Kratos.
Sorry, auto death if I accidentally step too far? Auto death? Okay. My lurking slumber. Well, hello, Flip Flip. Dead. Yeah, she fucking dead. Like, auto death. Like, that's actually crazy. Dude, how am I supposed to get that? Like, I don't... Oh my gosh, she fucking dead. Ew. Ew. I really don't like these plants. They give me the ick. Blah. Oh, I'm just like out here trying to kill a homie. Kill a dude. Aha. I love breakfast. I love breakfast. What is my favorite breakfast? Oh my god. A croissant sandwich. Without failure. Unless we're talking like my Egyptian food too. Then I really don't know. Like a full Egyptian breakfast spread.
Anything interesting, brother?
Fuck. Nothing can compare. Nothing can compare. Nothing can compare. All I do is lurk and I love that. Thank you for the lurks. I'll never forget this person called Black Hearted Knight or whatever.
Over there.
And they literally had never spoken in my chat. Ever. Like, I shit you guys not. Never. Okay? First message. Okay?
Put them to rest.
Redeems VIP. What? What do you mean? How did you do that? I was the sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. I was like, wow, that goes hard. I can't lie. Your first message was redeeming VIP? Like I'm sorry, that goes so hard. Yeah, lurkers are the heart of Twitch, literally. I'll never forget these people who were like shitting on lurkers before. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's pretty cool. I was like, I don't understand the issue here. Why are these flowers vulvas open for me like this? It's kind of weird. Hi, Tashawn. Welcome in. Fucking hate these. They gross me out.
Protect yourself!
I'm protecting myself, bitch. Chill. It's a ban type shit. Facts. Facts. It's weird. Who says no lurking in my stream? Who's ever said that? Like, actually, have people actually said that shit? That's kind of comical. Going good. Going good, Tashawn. I hope your day's going great. I'm currently trying to find these things that I'm supposed to kill for a ghost. Apparently. I'm killing for a ghost. Take that in. You seen it on Twitter? That's hilarious. I'm sorry. That is like comedy gold. Nice. I did it?
I think that's the last of them.
Her.
I knew these souls. I would have thought them smarter than to meddle with Sather magic.
They were desperate.
And now they are dead.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how it works.
You blame yourself.
And
It will not lessen your pain.
let's return to Gunhild.
Creating ghosts for a ghost. Literally. But technically, I'm freeing the dead. What was that?
To the left.
Where did it come from? Be real. Die ho. But how's your morning going so far, Tashawn? I hope it's going well. Her.
I wish things had gone differently. But these Sather are at rest now.
The fuck? Wait, I hear the raven from here, right? Yeah, right there. Okay. Just starting and relax. Oh yeah. Usually my Sundays are my relaxing days, but I really haven't been abiding by that at all recently, which kind of sucks. I really need to like practice relaxing, but it also means I have to get my shit done on time to relax on a Sunday. But I just have not been doing that, unfortunately. How did that's not enough? Like,
Sigil arrows.
I know, Freya. I know. Great. How do I do that? Downloading Baldur's Gate? Oh, purr. Yasmin, you're about to have the time of your life. Oh, purr. Others, it's treating myself. Love that for you. Love that for you. Do I have to go from there? I think I might have to go from here. Honestly, like, Baldur's Gate was totally a vibe, but the idea of having to take turns to walk kind of pissed me off. Can't lie. That kind of annoyed the shit out of me. Okay, I can't do it from... What the fuck am I supposed to do? Wait, let her fix my shit first.
I know that face. You got something for me, don't ya?
Yeah, like, while fighting Ninja. Yeah, it kind of annoyed the fuck out of me. I was like, why? Yeah, I know, but it just annoyed me.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Oh, the orb was just
To get her ball back
for the
all
dog?
dang winter.
Are you kidding me?
What?
All that, we just went and got your favorite toy?
Cautious, brother.
Quiet.
He's right, Mimir. Show respect. The squeaky toy could have been the death of us all.
It was.
Do not laugh.
That's hard not to, brother.
Try.
Okay. Okay.
Try. It's hard not to. Yeah, honestly, I don't blame you, bro. That's fucking hilarious. He was afraid of what the orb would be, and it turned out to be the little thing's squeaky toy. That's fucking comical. I'm sorry. That's comical genius. Who says God of War isn't comedy? You know?
Time I had something to do.
My squeaky toy! It could have been the end of us all.
You got more lip flapping to do or no?
Thank you.
Look at my sick outfit. No, but seriously, how do I get there? Because, like, guys, every time I try to, like, get that thing, like, blown up, it won't blow up.
Freya, how did your brother come to be burned by the Aesir?
Well, Freyr got it into his head that he could improve relations by sharing our magic with them. Vanir techniques for bountiful harvests, enough to feed their whole population. Getting set on fire was the thanks he got.
That's true. And we'll just stop there for now.
How do I burn it? This is stressing me out. I'm trying to burn that fucking gold, dude. But I can't even reach the thing. Like, the fuck am I supposed to do from here? How? That literally had the thing up. How? My G. Thankfully.
Looks like that worked.
Yeah, looks like it did, bro. My God. My God. Thank you. Thank you for the error. That haunted me. That truly haunted me.
五条先生の教え子と関係ないですよ。虎杖雄二は僕が殺します。
More Swan is on Twitch.
Purr. So fucking purr. Yes. Agreed. But you scared the shit out of me. I can't lie to you. You scared the ever-loving shit out of me. Yes. Had a hoot though. Yep. Love you. Love you, Sahar. I don't know if any of my mods are here, but let me give you a shout out. Whoops. Purr. I love you. Oh, wait.
The family crest of Kvasir the Wise. More like Kvasir the Inebriated, in truth.
Okay. Fair. You talk your shit, queen. So pretty.
We should get moving.
I am getting moving, bitch. Don't tell me what to do like I'm not the one freeing you right now. Like, honest to God, Freya, like, you are getting on my last motherfucking nerve. Like, genuine to God. Like, I know you're, like, a goddess and all that, but, like, low-key, you're annoying me. Am I interested in any new games being released? Honestly, Fief, I don't know what games are being released. Like, I know that's literally my job to know that, but here I am, not knowing. Like, what games are coming out? I don't know. Literally, no fucking clue. Me neither. Then why you ask? The way that I'm just like, what games are coming out? Actually, no clue. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. Paper Mario remake. I don't even fucking like Mario. Why are you so fucking cute? You make me want to cry, Fief. Fief, you're so fucking adorable. Fuck, it's hard not to adore you. Shit! Oh, I'm crying. No. Well, there's a Final Fantasy. Oh, also, hi, Max. Dude, I don't really play Final Fantasy much, but I have been playing the online version, and I've been having a hoot. A hoot. A hooters, if you will. A hoot.
Mimir, what
Mimir.
do you recall of the Aesir turning on Freya?
Oh, he certainly didn't deserve it. The Aesir were too undisciplined and impatient for the subtlety of Vanir spellcraft. So when things went wrong, they blamed their teacher.
So Freya was a guest when Odin burned him?
Not exactly. Know what? We'll finish this later.
Why? Her name is EP? Mimir is the little head that's strapped onto my belt right there. You see that little dome? Bro, why the fuck is Taylor Lautner hitting me right now? Oi. Bro, I know Edward is upsetting you right now, but like you need to chill the fuck out. Jacob, relax. I know you want my unborn baby, you fucking freak. But, not right now. Yeah, it's like not even like that fucking serious right now, dude. You never noticed the head on my belt? Who do you think it keeps telling me behind you, brother? Bro, don't touch me right now. Okay, why is everything coming at me right now like this? Look at a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Wallahi, I'm trying. I'm gonna die. Like, what is this? Mimir is also Spanish for go eepy. Really? Is it actually? I didn't know that. Jacob! Don't you have a shirt to take off? Like, what is your issue here? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bitch. Sorry. Anyways.
The game. Why you have to be mad?
Joe, it's because he keeps fucking like hitting on me. And not in like a cute, funny way. I didn't ask for this way. So. When I was a baby, my mom would nurse me before bed. Would always say, I'm a mirror.
He showed me who he really was. Odin
And I called
asked
boobs
me to
Mimis.
cast a protection spell on him. The
Wait,
one
why
I
is that
used
so
on my
cute and
son.
wholesome?
But the way it drove our boy mad, I refused. He was furious, throwing every object he could find, destroyed the room. There was only coldness after that.
Where's the bird go?
I tried to make it work.
I don't really care right now, Freya, to be honest. I'm too busy hunting birds. Omni, you're really cute. You're adorable. Oh, well. I'm gonna wait here. Triper, welcome back, bubs. How are the tacos? Come here, birdie. Birdie! Fuck! That was close. They were chefs. What kind of tacos? Talk tacos to me right now. What kind of tacos are we talking? That's actually like bullshit. Queso birria? Oh, so like a birria taco with queso on it? Fuck. I'm sorry. That should have hit it. Am I tripping or am I tripping? Like that should have hit it, no? Hello? Do I have to be higher or something? Because that's actually crazy. Like, my guy. Hey? Where you fucking bitch? Where's it going? Rebane's hands are shaking right now. Okay, up here. Okay. Come here, birdie, birdie. This is not what, I don't think this is what Dr. Seuss imagined when he said green eggs and ham. That was a good joke. Oh, I'm actually proud of that one. Come on. I'm fine. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, I need to do it earlier. No, that's dog shit. That's actually dog shit, no. Like, I should have been able to do that, no? Like, we saw that, right? Okay, that one, not so much. Am I supposed to get closer or something? Like, did I do something wrong? Is this the wrong viewpoint? Because I know sometimes when you're too far away, no matter if you hit it or not, it won't work. Dog. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work from here. I don't think it's gonna work from here. Birdie? I've never wanted to kill a bird more in my life. Like, actually. Like, that's actually alarming how much... This is perfect. If I can't hit it from here, I'm actually gonna cry. Y'all? Y'all. Farah versus bird. Part 15. Oh, it's way higher than that. Okay. It is gorgeous, Max. Honestly, it's fucking gorgeous in this game. Triper. You're supposed to wanna support me here. Please. But why actually, why isn't it hitting it? Should I do it here, from here? Oh. Oh, I managed to kill somebody else's bird. I killed another bird. Did you fucking see that? I killed a fucking poor bird. Oh, that would have made it. I need the money. Okay, I need to do it earlier. I almost got it. I almost got it. Too early. Fuck. I don't know when it's coming though. I can't tell when it's coming. Like, how am I supposed to know? Okay, I'll do it this way. Okay, that's not gonna work out for me. Guys, I'm stressed out. Maybe here? Ow, my hands. Okay. Your life savings again? Oh, you lost them all. Rip. Okay, when I hear that, I have to hit. Almost. How am I supposed to know when it's coming, though? What the fuck was that? What is this anger? Wallahi, I'm gonna cry. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, too early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That was so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. La 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 la, fuck you! La 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 la! Fucking hate you and your fucking mother. You fucking cow of a fucking bitch of a fucking bird. You fucking troglodytean bird. You fucking bitch. Fucking bird. Fuck you, bird. I'm gonna just try from here. I hate this game. I'm getting stressed out now. Stop! I don't want to play this game anymore! Stop it! I don't want to play this fucking game anymore! Leave me alone! Leave me fucking alone! This game sucks! And it's not that I'm bad, it's just the game! It's the game, it sucks! Like, I definitely almost got there! This game sucks. I say we lobby against it. Okay, no, I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, do that. Dude, Sean, do it. Start a GoFundMe for a better game. What the fucking thing? Why can't I hit this fucking bird? I hate this bird. Ugh!
Triber87 just shared 1 bits. Penny for the aimless.
Fuck you! No, it's not about aim, and you know damn well it's not because of aim, and you know damn well you fucking... This game sucks. Oh, kawaii koto. That's Kaguya. From Kaguya-sama Love is War. Thief, thank you for the biddy.
Beef Keef just shared 1 bits.
I hate this. I'm giving up on this bird. I'm done. I'm done. Wallahi, I'm done. Lala, I'm done. Lala, I can't do it. Wallahi, I can't.
Yasmin Aries just shared 1 bits.
Thank you.
Bible Thump 1.
Alhamdulillah. Getting fucked in the ass, come in. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm serious.
Anything illuminating?
No. Only thing illuminating is the fucking fire in my fucking heart right now. Wallahi, Odin sucks. I can't. I'm pissed off. Why am I so angry? No, I'm heartbroken. I can't even aim from here. Tabiani, why are these ones so easy? You stupid bird! I hate you! I hate you! Hi, Marcus. That's bullshit. You know I got that. You know I could have gotten that, right? Like, that's bullshit. You know that should have hit it, right? Like, you were aware of that? That should have been hit? Like, you were aware that that's cheating now? Like, the game is cheating? Yeah, this bird is a secret boss. I swear to God it is. Did you start the GoFundMe? Yeah? Better God of War game. My fingers are numb. Yes, thank you for this GoFundMe. Yes. Yes. No, because there's no way. There's literally no fucking way that you actually made a GoFundMe. La la la. What is this picture? Come on. Oh my God. Tashawn, what is this? Nah, I can't. That is art. Thank you. Thank you for this. Yep. Thank you for this art. Thank you for this art. Thank you. Nobody donate, okay? It's fake. That was peak I'm sharing that. Yep, I'm sharing that everywhere. Help Farah. Is there a mod to just kill these birds? Like one shot them? Like I'm so sick of this. Can I just quit? Can I quit? I'm done. I can't. I'm gonna do this later. I can't do it anymore. No. I'm actually done. Like, wallahi, I've never been this more done. I've never been more done in my life. Like, genuinely, I've never been more done. La. I've never been more done. Wallahi, I've never been more done. I have never been more done in my life. Wallahi, I don't want to. Wallahi, fuck this bird. Wallahi, I've never cared more. Never cared less, sorry. Freudian slip. Wallahi, I'm done. طب am I actually? طب I don't. يعني it deserves to die. Wallahi. Fuck this bird. Wallahi, I'm done. Fuck this bird. I'm done. What? طب show me the map just in case I want to come back and, you know, kill myself here. Shukran. Thank you. Great. I'm having a great time here, wallahi.
Those scrawlings.
Shut up, Freya. Not the time. Wallahi, not the time before I fuck you up. Ahlif billah, I'm gonna lose my shit. Lost to a bird. Oh my God, don't fucking rub it in. Oh my God. Fuck you. Who are you? Fuck you. You trying to fight me right now? Because, like, I swear to God, I'll cry.
Mir, what did you mean when you said Freya was not exactly a guest of the Aesir?
I meant by the time they burned it.
I have to go kill that bird. I can't.
For some time.
Can anybody go Google how to kill this bird? Is there like a specific way I have to do it or something? Is there a specific angle that works and others don't? Because there are multiple times where I almost killed it. The bird right.
Tied him up and lit him aflame as punishment for the sabotage they imagined him guilty of.
The rage I feel in my body right now is insurmountable.
In fact, he used the opportunity to escape. But such an affront made war inevitable.
Let this wait. Stay alert.
I'm at my wit's end. Wallahi, I'm at my wit's end. Wallahi, I'm at my wit's end. I'm so at my wit's end, it's not even funny. I'm gonna try and getting it from up here, like next to me. Okay, that would be where it is. I'm calm. I am centered. Okay, right there. All right.
Go.
Have you tried changing the game's coding? Fuck you. I mean, Yasmin, here's the thing. I'm doing it. That's the problem. Wallahi, the worst part is that I am in fact doing it. That's the worst part. See that? That thing that I'm doing, holding it? Yeah. Worst part is I'm doing it and I'm still failing. You know what I'm good at? I'm good at failing. That is a talent not everybody can get at. God. Damn it! I'm fine. Give me the controller. Type, are you gonna come over? Well, True. So true, Kratos. Just gotta re-aim now. I would have made my— oh, wallahi, Yasmin, if my brother was here, I would have. I swear I would have. You know, you can't knock me out for being good at continuously trying. First try! First try! First try!
His eyes gaze upon me, and that my allegiance is recognized. I don't know. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Draper.
Never doubted you for a second.
Draper, thank you for the 100 biddies, please. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. Which reminds me that I do want to play the Mortal Kombat game. God damn it. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. That was the most excruciatingly painful experience that I have ever experienced in a video game. Truly, that was excruciating. That was worse than any boss I've ever done. You know what? The birds are bosses. Okay? Bosses that are evading me. Bosses. Tashawn, apparently that GoFundMe is moot now. Thank you. I no longer need a better game. That was worth the 3 hours. What do you mean? That was first try. What are you talking about? What do you mean that was first try? What are you talking about?
I know.
Never back down, never what? Never give up!
It may be hard to believe, but he was quite similar.
Kill all the other versions of certain dominance. Oh, so true.
He adored his father. Always wanted to do right by him. And was constantly frustrated that
never back down, never what?
His eyes gaze upon me, and that my allegiance is recognized. I don't know. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Let's heck and go.
Let's heck and go. Yasmin, thank you for the 100 biddies, baby. I appreciate it. I love that one so
Hype
much.
train started.
The hype train alert is so fucking gas. Guys, we have a hype train. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support very much during these challenging times. Every COVID fucking email back then. During these challenging times. Beats boss, I sleep. Axe's bird. Woke! Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Facts, yeah. Wait, I forgot I had to go kill that lizard. Wait, where's the lizard? I can't see Mr. Lizard. Lizard?
Anita Maxwin. Anita Maxwin.
Welcome, man. Thank you for the follow. Mr. Lizard? Eh? Dude, I don't even know what the lizard is, dude. Wait, where's the goal that I have to do for fucking Freya? Freya, let me go get you a divorce. I got you, babes. I got you, baby. Anonymous follows are on, so nobody gets too scared. Like, you know how Mew did when she first followed me? Me clowning on Mew is truly one of the funniest moments of my life. Yeah, I have to do it from the back. That lizard likes it from the back.
What is it, Mimir?
That's nothing, brother. Just... You ever have those moments where you wish you could go back?
Yes, like every day. It's called anxiety. Hi, I'm here and I'm unafraid. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please, welcome in. I hope you're well.
Fair point.
The lizard likes it from the back.
You're speaking metaphorically, right?
No.
Of course you're not.
Metaphorically, my ass. You think Kratos knows metaphorically? I don't even think he knows English. Bilafia. Barely. So where am I going, Sarah? I'm kind of lost. I'm back at the scene of the fucking hate crime. Is that a Baldur's Gate lizard? Sure. Yup. Sure. Yup. Sure. Sure. Where am I supposed to go from here, actually? Oh, okay. I didn't even see this. Wait, I could have killed the bird from up there. Guys, it would have been so much easier to kill the bird from up there. Guys, it would have been so much easier to kill the bird from up there. I could have just aimed from here. Are you shitting me? I did all of that for what? I hate my life. La, I'm actually stupid. La, wallahi, I'm stupid. La. Nobody take pity on me again. Wallahi, Wallahi, I deserve it. How about that? Wallahi, at this point, I am causing this to myself.
I see something.
Tabiani, why? Tabiani, wallahi, why? Wallahi, fucking why? Let's not focus on the past. I'm focusing. La, I'm focusing and I'm very awake. Wallahi. Aha. How the fuck? I'm actually so peeved off right now. Lala, I'm actually upset. Have a Pepsi. Wait, how did you know about that? Wait, Triper, how do you know that Egyptians say Pepsi like that sometimes? How do you know that we call it Pepsi?
Sigil arrows won't work on this.
TikToks? That's hilarious that you know that. That's actually comical. That's actually like comical gold to me that you know that. Thank you guys for the hype train. I appreciate you so much. Bipsy. Yeah, it's like a common thing where it's like like a super Egyptian thing to say Bipsy. Computer. Computer is one of my favorite personally. My dad, when he ever told me, like when I was a kid, my dad would be like, Farah, I speak better English than you. I'm like, okay, Baba. And then my dad said, he's like, Farah, pass me a quarter. What the fuck did you just say to me? Pass me a quarter. What do you mean a quarter? What the fuck is a quarter? He meant a quarter. I was actually so offended. I was like, طب والله you say quarter and computer and you're telling me طيب okay. One of my favorite things is to bully my dad like that. No P in Arabic, correct. Or like when the nail ladies at like the salon be like, do you have face? عامل لك ad على face, which means I'll add you on Facebook. But they don't say Facebook, they say face. That shit is so funny to me. It's funny though because like when I'm here in Canada, right? Like I feel very Egyptian. But at times when I'm in Egypt, I feel very foreign. It's like really sad actually when you think about it. There's a guy on TikTok that has a shawarma place that says it all the time. I don't think he's Egyptian though. Fair. Honestly, guys, if I'm gonna be really fair and honest, okay, I know like Egyptians and like as an Egyptian, I'm very like patriotic about my country, like next level patriotic. But like, I will say that Lebanese shawarma slaps over any type of shawarma. Like, I'll be honest, Lebanese shawarma is unmatched. Okay, I'll be honest, Lebanese shawarma is unmatched. Yani. Do y'all say Dr. Pepper? We don't have Dr. Pepper. We have something called Farouz, and that shit slaps harder than any Dr. Pepper you motherfuckers have. Have you guys ever had Farouz? Farouz apple? Oh my god. Farouz manga. Oh my god. Farouz manga is like a soda pop. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. Farouz is so fucking good.
Reavers.
Nobody talks about how good Farouz is, okay? But Farouz was my fucking addiction. It is essentially like soda poppin' like apple juice. Oh. Where it's at Orangina. Okay, listen, I get your obsession with Orangina. I know, but Farouz. I'm sorry. Farouz. What do you mean? Guys, have you heard of Farouz? Not the singer. Not the singer. She's very famous too, but yani. I'm talking about Farouz the drink. Oh. My dad loves the pineapple one, but for me, the apple one is unmatched. Unmatched. Wait, let me show you a picture. Amazon Egypt. Wait, is this going to show my location? We have Amazon in Egypt now? Shut the guys, we have Amazon in Egypt. La. What? We have Amazon there? Guys, when did we get Amazon in Egypt? Huh? Oh. September 1st, 2021? Guys, I'm sorry. I didn't know that we had that. Oh my god, it's so cheap there. Oh, I miss Egypt's prices so much. Huh? Every time I say, huh? Miranda in the glass bottle. Miranda slaps. Look at this. Thank you for the YouTube sub. I'm pretty sure that's YouTube, right? Or is that IRL? Is that now? I'm so confused. Tashawn, thank you for the tier 1 sub. What the fuck? Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Habibi. Thank you. If you enjoy your emotes, your sub badge, and your ad-free viewing. But look. Farouz pineapple. That's not what it looks like anymore. But anyways, look at this. 330 Egyptian pounds. Okay, for 24. Okay. Do you know what 330 Egyptian pounds is, you guys? Canadian dollars. It's 14 Canadian dollars. For 24. For 24. 24. Let's change it to USD for you, huh? $10. Habibi, what? 24. 24, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I've been laughing too much. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're having fun. I used to be so self-conscious of how, like, my natural like, my Egyptian accent comes out sometimes. But honestly, I've been having, like...
Of course.
I've been starting to feel a lot more confident getting to know more Mina and Swana streamers. It just made me feel like a lot more confident in like who the fuck I am and my heritage. So I really don't give a fuck, to be fair, anymore, which is I really appreciate that now. Wait, who's a salt eater? Oh! No, not the fucking Thanos. Aha. Lala, please don't touch me, Sarah. Do I have time for this right now? I don't. Wallahi, I don't. Fucking Armageddon motherfucker is about to touch me. Shit. What do you mean, watch out? Behind me, in front of me, next to me, aha. How am I supposed to do this? I'm sorry? I'm sorry, how am I supposed to kill that? Does anybody know how I'm supposed to kill this? Ah. Stop, can I get a hint?
Behind you! Incoming!
I died. I literally died. Guys. Guys, wallahi, how do I kill it? I die if I go. But throw axe when he opens his chest, but then I'll get fucked. Like, I can't aim on time. Like, I don't understand. He opens his chest. When I told him to open up to me, this is not what I meant. I died. Good one. Good one. Does anybody know where that's from? Pink Panther? Y'all remember that shit? Good one.
Reavers, of course.
I hope the weather that we are having. You know what doesn't belong here? My asshole. How about that? How come Freya can go into that fucking dark mist, but the moment I touch it, I fucking die? Oh, oh. No, I was aiming. Please don't touch me when I'm aiming. You're getting my shit rocked. Rocked. Ah! Where did you come from, you fucking green bitch? When the fuck did you get on the floor? Get your shit rocked. Get your shit. Please don't touch me. Wait, wait.
It's unstable. Get back.
I know it's unstable. Wallahi, Freya, I have fucking eyes! Yeah, get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked in the asshole. In the asshole. Open up to me, daddy. Good one! I don't think his asshole is there, you're so right. I busted out his balls. I did it! Second time's the charm, you know? This was easier than the bird. Wallahi, that was so much easier than the bird. Ahlif billah, that is so much easier than the bird. It's actually hilarious.
The objects I'm looking for are still here.
It's actually sad how easy this is compared to the bird. Fuck rocks. Kick rocks. Yippee. Fuck him in the quarry? What? The rock 40 times of the bird what? The rock 40 times, yeah. No, I'd do the rock 40 times, no worries. La la la, fuck the bird. La 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 la. Fuck the bird. I don't think you understand. Fuck the bird. Is that not fireable?
Learn anything?
Does it look like I take, you know, lore markers, red 15 out of 20. Oh, okay, per. The giant's toes. Saws? No foot fetish, please. Thank you. I'm feeling very uncomfortable with the concept of that. If those were the giant's toes, is this the giant's vagine, or? He started an only feet. Stop.
Kratos, I see something.
I'm glad that your eyes work. Congrats. She's like, I see something. Type, okay. What do you want from me, wallah? I see something. Okay. Do you want like a hug or? I don't know what to say to that personally, but okay, pop off, queen. Like, what am I supposed to say to that?
The door is shut. If memory serves, we'll need to light both of those torches to open it.
What torches? Oh, okay. No worries, Habibi. Let up some worry, actually.
This is a mystic fire. Its flames are short-lived.
Oh, great. Nice. Where the big homie Brock at? Are you just trying to make fun of him because he's short? No, but he's at home with Sindri. Oh, of course. Why? Why would I have it easy? Of course not. Why? Wait, is somebody singing? Why is he not dying? Why isn't he dying?
Behind you, watch out!
What the fuck? No, but really, why isn't he dying?
I don't think we can kill it while the Nogan lives. Let's go find it.
Okay. I was right then. Oh, here it is.
Protect yourself.
Nice.
Alka.
Die. See, this is so much easier than the bird. Like, I'll take this over the bird any day. Where'd he go? No, go back. I think he was into it. Please, seek help. Night, night, bitch. Yeah, good night. Good night. Oh, good night.
There.
Sleep well.
I see the chalice.
Wait, I have to go back. I need my chest. Did you have to fight Big Bird? No, thank God. If I have to fight another Big Bird, I'll actually cry. Wallah al-Azim, it was actually torture. What's that sub badge? Oh, it's a Nintendo. Are you talking about Tashawn's? That's a popsicle. It looks like it's a popsicle. You know the freezies? Like, you know the freezies that you get? The popsicle? It's not a tampon. You're a tampon. It is not a tampon.
What's it say, brother?
You're a tampon. Fuck you. Thank you for the high JB, baby. Can I clear that or? Really? I can't clear that? That's ridiculous. Tampon propaganda? Y'all are rude. It's not a tampon.
From the ceremony.
Thank you for the pets. Oh my god, that is perfectly fitting. I didn't want to say anything, then keep it shut. Keep your mouth shut then. How about that? Keep it shut. Zip it. I didn't want to say anything.
About wanting an apology from Freyr.
B! Y'all want to fight me or something or what? Okay, fine. To upgrade from a tampon, you have to sub longer. How about that? Fuck y'all. How about any? Fuck all y'all. Fucking toads. You're all toads. Yeah, fuck all y'all. My favorite thing to insult somebody is call them either a toad or tell them that they're easy to draw. You look easy to draw, motherfucker. Like, why are you speaking? One of my favorite insults ever. You look easy to draw.
Let's head back and I can take a better look.
Better now?
No.
I can't if
the pain only grows.
Rude! Someone has to be...
Be free of it.
He speaks for the people? What people? You're all getting blocked. You're all getting blocked. BLOK. Block. Block. حامل لكم block. Block ابن كلب كمان ها. Oh my god, can you guys leave me alone? I already fought like big rock boy. Is this truly necessary? I have to fight Jacob again. Guys, it's Jacob Sartorius.
Nasty hit. You all right, brother?
Yeah, I'm a fine Mimir. Thanks, bro. He needs some milk. That's Jacob Sartorius. He doesn't even look like a masked lesbian. No, bro. What the fuck? How did we get here? Oh my god. No, not you too, bro. Look like a masked lesbian. It's missing a piece? طب what do you want to? Die. So where's the other part of it that's holding it up? What? I just got flashbacks after you said that, after saying what? What did I say? I forgot what I said. I can't lie to you. I literally forgot. I'm like, what?
So much about that day I wish I could change. If only I'd seen the signs.
That sucks.
Above you! Watch out!
Nice.
Anything interesting, brother?
Not really. Not enough for me to do this right now, wallah. I'm not in the mood. Okay, where's the bulb? What the fuck? Who's touching me? Who's touching me? Bro, I need some health before these fucking stupid fucking... Guys, where's the bulb?
My circlet's here.
What is that? What is that?
It's on that pedestal by the balcony.
We must remove these creatures first.
Oh my god, this is intense. Nice. That was nice and cozy. Yeah, not me like literally doing the Wallacea thing.
Anita Maxwin.
Hi, welcome in.
Anita Maxwin.
Hello to you.
A symbol.
Welcome in. Thank you for the follow.
After the ceremony, he had a new one made every week, each more beautiful than the last. He stopped when I refused to teach him the old magic.
All right.
You know, my people used to send me gifts too, so I wouldn't forget home.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
My son.
W's in the shot. W's in the shot. Don't. We're not doing that. W's in the shot. Hi, Javonsky. Welcome in. W's in the shot.
Be careful.
I can't find the bulbs of these. Oh, there it is. Bitch. Happy Sunday, Javonsky. Welcome in. Ooh. Nice. Light runic attack per. Oh, sick. Okay, cool. New attack. Pretty cool.
The crest of the Hewley family. One of the first families ripped
Like Crest
apart.
toothpaste or? I am a collector. if you will. I feel pretty proud of how much I've been collecting in this game, to be honest. I think I've been doing a pretty good job. Genuinely. Trying to give homegirl peace right now.
The word is complete, but I still can't read it from here. Let's head back down.
No worries. Okay. Oh, whoops, wrong way.
I thought I'd feel peace by breaking it. But I feel nothing.
Oh, that's really sad.
Be found in a circlet.
You may be right. The runic word appeared over there. See it?
Fluka.
After all the
Oh, a
battles
bridge!
why does the other side of this door scare me most?
The most difficult battles are fought within.
Yep, this is the divorce. This is us going to the courtroom and getting her a divorce from Odin.
Yes.
Odin, I demand you to divorce this queen in the name of the law. No prenup was signed, therefore, you know, equal.
My
Yeah.
final tie to Asgard.
Something's gonna hit on me, isn't it? Something's gonna happen right now, isn't it? I'm so fucking scared right now.
The sword was forged for the ceremony. A symbol of our union.
Okay. Is it a good sword at least? I'm getting very bad vibes right now, bro.
Molna.
Molna.
The stone refuses to let go.
The court has refused your divorce today?
Molna.
Damn. That's actually really fucking sad. Habibi, she's still tied to him.
The deepest wounds form the strongest bonds. Bastard said it as part of our vows. I hate it when he's right.
You think she's upset about the bird? No.
Asgard holds a part of me I can't sever. I bond to my son. To the Valkyries. That damn realm isn't just Odin's. It belongs to me too.
Correct. Girl, let your son go. Oh, now she can take it? Oh, that was... She had to, like, accept it to let it go. I mean, whack, we did murder her son.
The
So.
pain he caused is his. I refuse to keep holding on to it.
She had to let go to pick it up.
This sword no longer holds our legacy.
And that's on him for letting you murder him. So true, honestly.
It will serve as mine.
A much more fitting use for it.
Aw. Congrats on the upgrade. Damn. Okay. I like this fit. I want to be chill like that. You want to be like Mimir? You want to be bodiless? Please. You're literally like, dude, if he farts, it is game over for Mimir. Like, please take that in. If he farts, it is over.
Good thing you learned
The winds are going to release him of life, truly.
I suppose it's on to the next battle now.
Like, hello?
Yes. You won an important one today.
Oh. Another one? Really? Who's fighting me now? Oh my god, Jacob Sartorius again. What the fuck?
Left side, brother!
Shit, okay. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Oh, I am so much better. Since he can't get Bella. You're so right. No, since he can't get Bella's womb, you mean. Motherfucker's upset. That was a bit brutal, Kratos, to be honest. Why does he keep getting farther?
If I may.
When have you ever asked for permission?
It's just... I owe you my life, such as it is. And I caused you so much pain. Put you in a terrible situation. For that, Freya, I'm truly sorry.
I wanted to end that war too.
I know. But I swear to do better by you nonetheless.
Aw,
Anything you
Mimir.
ask, consider it done. I'm forever in your debt.
I appreciate that. Even if you can't help being an obnoxious know-it-all.
I'm afraid I'll never know how to stop doing that, Your Majesty.
No, they're so sweet. Like, they're perfect. Like, God bless them, bro. They're so fucking cute. Just trying to explore this area because I feel like I missed something. Because, like, I remember... don't you remember, like, the whole, like, steps of the giants thing that came up? Like, what was that? I'm like, am I missing something here? Like... Well, time to finish divorce. I'm scared. What was over there? Is this the way we came? Yeah. Open the door, Freya! The Wallacey.
Look, over there.
Over where? Over in here? Where? Dude, where? Like, literally where? Then where the fuck is she telling me to look, like, legitimately? Girly pop. Yeah. This one here. What the fuck? I actually got scared? Hello? What is that? Drekkie. 2 Drekkies. Bismillah. Did homegirls just go in the water? What the fuck? Dude, I'm gonna die. Okay, well, revive me, queen. How to train your Drekkie. I already killed the other one? Oh, per. Hello? Oh shit. Shut the fuck up! Oh my god, guys, I'm sorry. I'm so cracked these days. Like truly, I'm so proud of myself. Imagine Kratos with hair. I mean, he has hair, technically. Oh, let's fucking go, dude. Oh, let's McFucking go, dude. Just shave off his bald head. It's called the toupee. I don't understand how bald genetics works because like a lot of them can grow beards. How does that work? Like how are you growing hair only here but not there? Like I don't get it.
I think he might be right.
Like how does that work genuinely? Like the science.
It's been a while since I've had a confidant.
I heard lizards like even the best. Stop.
God of few
Goodbye,
words
giant lizard man, Drakey.
As long as
Oh my god, it's Drake. W's in the shot. W's in the shot. Yeah, I know. I can't say that seriously. Literally all the bald guys at my work have a beard. So like how does that work?
What more is there to tell?
If they get a hair transplant, can they use their beard?
Well, Freyr certainly wasn't the same after that. At least for a while. His carefree ways were replaced with nightmares, paranoia, and lashing out.
Maybe from
It
the party
doesn't
store?
excuse what he said at
Party
my
City?
wedding, but I do understand where his anger came from.
Thank you, Cav baby. Make sure to vote, you guys. Vote for me in the streamer rewards and for Amina and Swan and Guild for Twitch, please. That would be fucking sick. I would really appreciate it personally. A comment also helps the thread, you know, gain traction, I'm sure.
Freya, there's something I've always wanted to ask. What was it Hrimthur whispered to
I would not make that trade fair.
Who?
I don't actually mind bald people. Like, I actually,
the son of Thormund?
like Jason Statham would. Bald people, like, I've never really cared if somebody's bald or not. Weirdly.
The stonemason who disguised himself and built Asgard's wall.
Wait, actually, let me just go to skills really quickly. Oh, her. She can go into Valkyrie mode. Hello.
Oh yes.
With a beard?
One of the many occasions Odin saw
Why?
fit
How's
to
that weird?
involve me in a wager without my consent. I wish I could say that was the worst of his husbandly
I just love my hair too much. Fair.
Wager.
I think Kratos is sexy.
This story, brother.
And now she may tell her own.
Very sexy,
There
burly
isn't
man.
that much to tell. I knew nothing of it at first, surely because Odin didn't expect to lose the bet.
Set that aside for now. Come.
Yeah, how does your brain decide that, actually? The fun fact, I don't know. That's actually interesting. I would want to know that.
Let's make something then. Somebody ought to save these, even if the Vanir won't. I'll buy it, then sell it for a mint once the Vanir decide they want it back.
I would let Kratos pick me up. That's all you'd let him do? Really?
Before you head off.
What did I miss?
We missed this.
Damn it. I would let Freya split me in half. Questionable decisions for sure. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I do need to go to the Eyes of Odin because I do have something there. What's it called? I've killed enough ravens, I think. I mean, we'll see where it goes. Kratos will pick me up and steal my hair. I don't think my hair is luscious enough for him. I think he wants more lusciousness. Sup, Brock?
What is this?
The Eyes of Odin.
Ravens, the ones we've been destroying. Odin's little spies.
Yup.
New father, new mother, new fate to suffer.
Jesus, why you gotta be so dark about it? I don't know, man. She's got places to be, whack. Wrist armor, heavily fortified. Which ones are spiritual wraps?
In death we kneeled until you freed us with your steel.
So destroying the ravens
I'm not
free
close
their
yet.
spirit somehow. Good to know. Free.
There's a total of 48, and I've only done 17.
Control anyway.
How do you know if, like, your progress in the game? Like, how do you know? Like, how do I... Like, do I go to the PlayStation area and be like... Does it show me, like, my progress? I think it does that, no? No, it does, no? 57%. Okay. But I don't have 57% of the fuckers. Which is the speed of a gay person. Does that... Wait, I'm a very fast walker. Does that partake in my gay? Really? The more you know. What is the crucible? But I can't even open it yet. The weight of the chains. Let's go there. Gay people are known to be fast? Really? Really?
What's in Svartalfheim?
We still have unfinished business.
I am
here.
not a fast runner by any means, but I'm a very fast walker.
Mysterious geyser we saw in the bay.
Lead the way.
Like in school sports day, I would always be the endurance runner and never the speed runner. Absolutely not. Like if there was a 100-meter race, I'm not doing it. It's not me fucking doing it. Shit. Where's the weight of chains? Here we are. Bring the key to the watchtower. Her. I got you. Must I do this right now? Ya Allah. Do I have to do this right now?
What exactly are we doing, Mimir?
Guys, I'm hungry. What do I have for lunch? I'm hungry.
Just put the key into that lock, brother.
Yeah, I got you. Why you gotta do it so aggro? Like, he couldn't even put a key in it, like, normally. We'll be there in... Oh, honestly, that does happen.
Could give that drum a good
Again,
loud strike.
very fast walker. Very, very, very Very slow runner. This is so couple coded. They're so dating. We're so in love right now.
Mimir.
Queers walk with a lip.
Explain.
I'd hoped it
Explain.
would have escaped by now, but we'll need to free it from its restraints.
What? The fuck is that? Large turtle boy. I'll do a 10-minute walk in 4 minutes every day. Love that for you. Me with driving. 10-minute drive? I'm there in 1.
What is this?
A loonbacher.
A
I
loonbacher?
captured it many years ago.
For Odin.
Yes. I thought it an imaginative and eye-catching way to earn his
Do you admit to speeding?
It worked.
No.
That it did.
I'm calling CSI Miami. Good thing I don't live in America.
You enslaved it.
Aye.
The Allfather put you up to this?
No. This was my brilliance at work.
I'm surprised. Chaining up the innocent is a favored pastime of Odin's.
The irony is not lost on me.
Behind you! Look out!
Mimir is pretty much my rear view mirror. Like literally. Wee. Die, ho. Ew, God. Disgusting. That was quite vile. He's the eyes in the back of my ass. So true. So true. Can I just say, by the way, I'm feeling very, like, grateful in this moment. Like, I just want to say thank you guys for always hanging out with me. Just feeling kind of emo. I don't know. Just want to say thank you. Very grateful. Taba, how do I open the door? So happy to be here. Not me about to cry again. Oh. Thanks for listening. Oh, I'm glad to have you. My stream wouldn't be what it would like. It wouldn't be what it is without you guys. I hope you know that.
The fins too. If you
My
could,
stream doesn't exist without you. There, we freed one chain. Her. I'll go over there. Am I missing something? Why is he like gasping for air? Kratos, you're supposed to have like good like cardio. Chesney, baby, welcome in. Okay, maybe I should go around.
There's more to do here. You sure you want to leave?
Who said I'm leaving? I'm just going around. Girl, do not get ahead of yourself. Also, wait, let me get a chest. Shout out. Hi, Vivi.
Freya, you were just beginning to tell us the story of Hrimthur, the stonemason's son, and the wager Odin involved you in.
Yes. All right.
Oh no, I can't dock here.
A mysterious mason had to build the entire wall in 3 turns of the season.
2. It was 2.
And if he was
It was
late,
2.
he'd be owed nothing.
Can I fish? No, no, no. This is just like random things that you see like gold in the water. You just press circle and then they pick something up from the water randomly.
When Odin burst into
No,
our
unfortunately, there's no
bedchambers,
farming in this
raging and
sim.
half drunk before noon, telling me to get dressed and go see what the mason wants. So off I went, not knowing what had truly been.
Okay, so there isn't
promised or
another side.
expected. Dagger stashed in my robe.
Of course,
for
baby. How you
emergency.
doing?
And this mason, this giant in disguise.
His name was Hrimthur.
His eyes gaze upon me, and my
Have.
allegiance is recognized. Notice me, senpai.
He
Notice
said the
me.
Aesir had
Pharaoh
failed his
cheer
son,
100 pop
and
pop
he
pop.
needed to know
Pop,
that
pop,
one
pop,
day
pop.
they'd burn for it.
Thank you for the 100 biddies, baby. I appreciate
Pointed
you.
out I was Aesir now too, technically.
Back down the bad game territory,
He somehow
please.
knew better and continued. He said he'd built in a structural flaw behind the Asgard Realm Tower.
I knew it! How do we make use of it?
No more for now. Focus.
Easy. Easy.
Poor tail.
At least the creature is still alive.
I'm sure it spent countless winters wishing it wasn't. But we're going to free it. And then
it will still wish for death.
Okay,
Now
we don't
for
need
the
to
other
guilt
thing.
him anymore.
There may be a way to reach it behind that collapsed debris.
I don't feel like we should be guilting him any more than he's already guilty. Like, I feel like he feels pretty bad already, you know?
You're angry with me, aren't you, brother?
I remember the feeling of a yoke around my neck. I would not wish it upon another.
Again, I don't think that we're gonna gain anything from this, Kratos. So how do I... But I can't even see the thing, so I don't... Where the fuck am I? I'm not good with directions, so it's really hard for me to directionally understand where I am sometimes.
So, which is your favorite of Gavassia's poems, brother?
I have quite a bit of the poem so far. Half. Nice. I think that's Bulgaria, bro. I may be bad, but I'm not that fucking bad. Whack makes me laugh. Don't tell her I said that, though. So, guys, I'm lost. Actually, I don't know where I am. What did you say? Nothing. I said you're a bitch. Fair? No, I'm sorry. I'm lost. Wait, did I just see a bird? Did I just see a fucking raven? No, I didn't, okay? Nope, I will not plague myself like this. Where the fuck am I? I'm lost, dude. Okay. Okay. This one there. Really? Do I have to do this right now?
Above you! Watch out!
Nice. He's dead.
Why enslave the creature?
Its fat was a good source of oil for Odin's lanterns.
Well, damn.
For lanterns.
Put your whole courtesy into it. So true.
Whatever loathing toward me. It's nothing to what I've said to myself.
Exactly, Kratos. I don't think like antagonizing him anymore is gonna be like helpful to anybody in this situation right now.
The fin, if you could.
I know.
Aw, she like lifts it up for us to unchain her. That's so cute.
Just the tail left now.
A wretch nest. Focus up.
Who?
The wretch nest was hiding some device.
Kratos is pro nature. That's a big bitch. Kratos is PETA. Is he now?
There appears to be a dock just there. Could we unblock it?
Yes, we could unblock it. Yes, we could. We could unblock it. Using the device that we have, yes, yes. Using, we can unblock it.
Perhaps that's how we reach this creature's tail. Let's return to the boat.
No takesies, backsies. Can't force me. A raven. God damn it. Must I suffer? I have to go the way over there, I think. I don't think I can do it from here. Yeah, I have to go over there. God damn it.
You never spoke of this creature.
Does that surprise you? That an old man would be ashamed of the mistakes he's made?
No.
Ironic almost. Can I see anything from here that I need to do or something? No? Okay. What if I am your mom? Who would have thought? That's crazy. Not me. Are you his mom? Tashawn, did you know that Whack might be your mom? Crazy. No, wait, I just want to... Oh, wait, did I read that? Am I a good mom?
Anything illuminating?
What is this conversation? Go stand in the corner.
I'd hoped the creature would
Guys
be
are
long
so goofy.
expired by now. But apparently the Aesir
I'm sitting there
didn't bother to mercy kill it once it was no longer useful.
Sometimes you guys, I feel like you don't even need me. Y'all just be entertaining yourselves, and I just sit there. I'm like, yeah.
When we can save it.
This is the vibe for sure. Yep. I gave up on being. You can't just give up on being a mom, Whack.
You can reach the tail from this dock.
What lack of responsibility are we seeing right now? God.
Creature. I know what it is to be imprisoned like this.
No takesies, backsies. It's too late for that. You can't just murder your child too either. God.
Let us continue.
Oh, great. Something else I have to fight.
Alka.
Left side, incoming! Nightmare on the left!
Alka.
Nice. Not us reliving our trauma during stream. So what? You do. I learned this from my dad. Please. It's like my real. What is going on? What is going on? Hi, Lenny, my love. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Guys, make sure to redeem your daily coins. A lot to unpack here, truly. Truly. There's more? Y'all like to fuck off.
Watch your right!
Die. Oi. Don't forget the milk and the cigarettes.
His tail must be chained as well.
What do we do here?
Sliding down that rope should take us where we need to go.
Don't worry, I'll get the milk kids. For my other family? The ruthlessness is unmatched. Wow. Wow. Wow, whack. Terrible behavior, truly. I love skim milk. I loved skim milk growing up. It was my favorite milk. And I found out later why. It's because I'm lactose fucking intolerant. Is that fucking jokes? I think that's quite comical. Wait, I think I know what to do.
We should climb up and use the rope to slide down.
Oh, I know, bitch, but I need
the
the...
only way to reach the tail.
There's something else I want right now, actually. Move, ho. Nice. Nice. You know, lactose. You literally just picked up giant toes like half an hour ago. What do you mean? What lactose? Haha, got it. Got it. That was a hard one for me to grasp there, buddy. Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant. Isn't that fun? You guys know apparently why we're lactose intolerant, some of us? It's because like cheese was only like incorporated into like European foods recently. And because I'm African and I was just like raised there my entire life, my entire heritage is from Africa. Like my people just didn't like make a lot of milk in the olden days. So it like my body's still trying to evolve into liking milk. Isn't that fun? Fun fact. My body just doesn't handle milk because we're not used to it genetically. Fun fact. This is what my doctor told me. Is that good for you anyways? Is it not? I know kefir is good for you. Kefir is like the really overly cultured milk. Hi, Mo. Oh, Mo. Die.
That's another raven sent to the Tree of the Dead.
Yeah, I fucking better
check
die.
up on it, hmm?
Food pyramid is just to push products. Really? Wait, actually? Yeah, I was always told milk is good for your bones. What are you talking about? I also found out recently that lamb is like beef that is less than a year old. Sorry, sheep that is less than a year old. That's what a lamb is. I am never eating lamb again. Never am I ever touching lamb now that I know. It was my favorite meat, and now that I know that it's just like baby sheep. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not happening. Yeah, no. I'm not eating baby fucking sheep. That makes me so sad.
Kratos, we can explore if you wish, but let's not forget the creature's
right.
tail is still
Shut up.
restrained.
Freya, I don't need your reminder. I forgot that there was an island over there. Chill out, bitch. So we should stop eating. Please stop. No. Eat. Just eat things that are good for you. Whole foods are best for you. Like non-processed food is better for you. Too much meat is actually not good for you at all. This idea of protein, fun fact, your body can only handle 20 grams of protein per meal. So like those people who are like 60 gram of protein per meal. Why? Your body can't even absorb it. Your body cannot absorb it. Like there's literally no purpose in eating that much protein. Like there's literally no purpose. So I'm just, oh my god, Ninja, no. I don't think anybody's judging. Trust me. Nice.
There. You're free. What's going on? Maybe it needs a little encouragement. Can you get me closer to its eye for a face-to-face, brother?
Sure, buddy. Let me just read this rune.
Now, the word. Mecking. Success. The gate is lowering out there.
Oh, per. Time to get homeboy's face. Wants to FaceTime the turtle, literally. Do you guys remember Skype? I can't believe we used to use that.
Yourself, aren't you, Mimir? For exploiting the laborers. For the Lungbacher.
Thank you, Hobbit.
Of course. Who else is going to?
I appreciate you.
consider
Yeah, that was
Odin
great.
chaining
Thanks,
you to a
Hobbit.
tree for hundreds of years, a sort of
Fantastic.
penance.
We agree to disagree.
Doesn't mean anything to me because I can't spell. Awesome. Funny because you're spelling just fine right now. That one is stop. God damn it. How much closer do you need to be to the face right now? Mirror.
Kratos, tell me of an adversary from your homeland.
Shut up, not right
It
now.
will serve us well if I understand
Enough.
more of your...
We will continue later.
Yeah, enough, exactly.
Go on, you great blubbering beast. Shoo! It's not moving. Why is it not moving?
It has grown accustomed to its chains.
Oh, that is a great depiction of trauma.
No, we can fix this. We just need to chase it off. Scare it. Something.
There is no making things right. Only better than they were.
That's just sad, man.
At least it can feel the wind on its face.
May you provide some comfort.
That's not enough.
That's up to you.
It seldom is.
That's really sad. But how about it's like literally a perfect note on trauma. Like eventually, like if you're doing it, if you're chaining somebody, if you're controlling somebody that long, they're gonna end up accustomed to it, that they just prefer it. That's literally what abusive relationships are. Jesus Christ. Or like understanding what love is, like you understand it as a very toxic kind of love. That's so dark. That is so absurdly dark.
Freya, what you said about the flaw that Hrimthur built into
That was so
Asgard's wall,
sad.
did he explain how it works? How do we exploit it?
We don't. He said Surtur would know what to do. And if Surtur's approaching Asgard's wall...
Then it is already Ragnarok.
Almost ruined my breakfast.
Blast it. I hoped it might have given us another way.
Yeah, that was really sad. It kind of breaks my heart. I hear bird.
Mimir, I never asked how it felt to lose your head.
What would you have me say? That it tickled?
Merely curious.
If you wish to derive some satisfaction from my pain, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Kratos swung swift and true, didn't you, brother? I felt
Shot me
nearly a
into pieces.
scratch.
Literally, what the fuck?
Shame.
Sean, have you played this game yourself before? Or is this your first time, like, experiencing it? Okay, so there's bells over here. One there, one there. Where's the other one, bro? What's it say? Oh, just gonna look at it and not say shit? Okay, for per. Thanks. The fuck? Thanks for being useless. How do you move that? Oh, the other way. I can't even get an angle on that. The fuck? How do I... Oh, I don't think I can do this yet. Because it has this kind of shit and I can't do that from here yet. I don't know what that means even.
We don't have the equipment for this.
Yeah, we don't. I can't do this one yet. That annoys me. This is my first expo- Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
Do you regret it, Mimir?
Most likely. What are we talking about in particular?
Giving up your body?
I regret exchanging my life for my freedom? That's a question I ask myself every day, my lady.
My lady.
Today?
Today? Glad to be out in the world. How else could I spend such quality time with you?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can't do this one yet, so I'm just gonna have to wait this one out, unfortunately. I hate when that's a thing. Like, I hate it. Like, I understand that it's an open world game and everything, but like, I don't know. I just wish that these areas weren't accessible to me if I can't do anything there. You know what I'm saying? It can feel kind of tedious to me. It's so beautiful though. But the franchise though, so I'm glad to be able to witness this. Honestly, Tashawn, it's so beautiful. Like the first game I played it, I honestly didn't play it the right way, I think. I didn't do any side quests, so the final battle was almost impossible for me. It was genuinely excruciating to do. But it was a beautiful game. I do think that I rushed it, and I wish I didn't, and I wish I did more of it, so I think I'm most likely going to replay it eventually. Just so that I can re-experience it and stuff. What do you think?
Freya, you once revived a giant's corpse to stop a certain fight we won't talk about. Could you call on that power again?
Maybe. Do you have a massive giant's corpse for me to revive?
No.
Well,
there
you go.
They're so funny. What did I miss now?
Would have been ashamed to have left that.
Alright, let's see what's up with my shield. Round of aggravation. That's always, honestly, I love the game. Like, very much. Oh, shit. Almost getting there. Honestly, I have a lot of points. A lot of XP. That's what happens when you actually do side quest shit. Sindri?
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Here, have a poem. Do I already have? Yeah, I do.
Well, if you change your mind...
Sindri's our little resident germaphobe. But guys, I think I'm most likely gonna end stream here today because I'm hungry. I am very hungry. Honestly, I'm starving. I am fucking hungry. So let us go find somebody to raid to send the love over to. That would be pretty fun. Does that sound good? Let me just save the game. Don't eat the food pyramid. I won't. I won't. Let me just quit the game. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. How do I turn... Sometimes I really struggle figuring out the fucking... Like, ever since they changed the fucking PlayStation shit, it's just hard to figure out how to fucking turn off the fucking thing sometimes. Okay. All right. Let's go find somebody to raid my babies. Mm. Ooh, I have... Thank you for stream. Thank you for being here. Honestly, I'm very grateful. Thank you for hanging out with me, you guys. Genuinely, like I feel very blessed to be hanging out with you guys every day, the way that I do, and hanging out with you guys. Like, I'm very, truly beyond grateful. Like, truly, I am beyond grateful. But here, how about this? How about we go raid Calvin? I don't think I've ever raided Calvin. Raid and then sub raid. Your stream's happy to be. I'm so happy to have you. What do you mean? I'm so happy to have you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Honestly, I met Calvin at TwitchCon and I literally looked at him. I was like, "What the fuck, Calvin?" I was like so shocked. So please go give him a follow. Go send him all the love. Go lurk in his stream if you haven't already. Yeah, thank you. Oh my God, Cap. Thank you so much for pinning that, guys. If you get left behind the raid, please, please, please do go and like still go with us to the raid and, you know, click the link. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time, Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. for vibes. Thank you, Triper. Thank you, Tashawn. Thank you, Ninja. Thank you, Cav, baby. Thank you, Whack. Thank you for everybody who hung out with me today. Thank you, Hobbit. Thank you for all my mods for being amazing as per usual. And all my lurkers and all my homies. Thank you, Brayden. I'll see you guys soon, and I'll see you guys Tuesday morning, okay? Love you. Love you. Boy, where's my end button? This happens every time. Every time.